want to go on the aggression first. I think one of the things we saw 100 Thieves able to kind of plague Sentinels with was the aggression, was Cryo was on. It didn't allow for those protocol retakes that Sentinels love to do. Get everybody set up and hit at the same time as your opponent just cannot stop the flood. Rebel control is just going to be fought over for now, as this is actually going to be a pretty slow pistol round. Expect it to go off the rails quick, though.
It's quick when the wall immediately comes down. And that's Leviathan to score first, so Tex gets the opener, and that's second down. There was a stalemate a little bit in terms of utility, but now you have Leviathan creeping up towards B as well, looking potentially to split back into B site.
Util gone from Ospas, just looking for that Prowler still to come out from Com if they do want to take more space. Tens?
Caught out in the open,
yeah,
just in front of the door, has to do a one and done, and unfortunately he falls by the hands of Ospas. Two-player advantage now for Leviathan, as they're now working as a group. All 5 players outside towards the orb of the A site. One hiding behind the box. John Cutie gets dispatched by Tex, and also discovered by Prowlers being thrown from the A site here from Sasi. But he has no choice but to fall back.
Very low HP, and they just walked. Tex walked out of turret range as you had Zelsis coming around. This time is going to be tough with a spike down, though. Everything kind of resets, and Led's going to be looking at every angle now.
Maybe they might group up here at the front of the A site. Zelsis doing his due diligence, now opening the door, keeping their 2 players looking out towards the door side. Gets a dink, but no kill. Leaving out Sasi alone. And Leviathan, you wanted them to come out strong, and they start off with a flawless.
Flawless, keeping each other alive. Very nicely done, and they wait. They whittle away at Sentinels members, so the retake isn't as powerful. A lot of calm play around A main here, and they didn't get distracted from the win condition. They didn't try to go clear pillars. They didn't try to go clear C. It was everything that was in front of them is what they had to look at, and Lev take down their targets. Guardian got a Bulldog coming out as well from Azino. We'll see where Ospas takes this Guardian. Looks like he will get the support of both flashes. A little bit of cover here towards that C area. And they look for mound control to start off here, just so Sentinels can't get a decent early read on the map. Split 3-2. Leviathan take it slow once again. You can expect anything from Sentinels here, but they're going to play it safe. Like you said before, no novelty comps here. Com doesn't bring out the Sova. They have the Fade. They can refresh on that, keep some Prowlers and Haunts going to clear the space that they need. Spike's still down as they're letting this one time out a little bit.
They gave a lot of time right now for Sentinels to pinch out from a mid to C, and there's that paranoia on the tap. Com's holding all the way back with the Bulldog to drop 2. That's going to make things a little bit easier here for Leviathan, controlling the orb, controlling the kills, and now, of course, converting the pistol into a 5 versus 1. But you talk about it, right? No novelty comps coming out of Leviathan, but also you're playing some easy roles, some roles that some players are comfortable with. Com playing as the initiator, Mazzino back to smokes, King playing the Viper as well. So this is looking pretty good in terms of, okay, we're having hope right now for Leviathan at least to kick things off in this series against Sentinels.
See this one real quick. Nice coverage back too. Kind of identifying that play would happen. It seemed like Leviathan was ready for a fast push. A hard one there. And if you can't, I was gonna say, if you can't get a kill, just be the merchant of death and skins, just for one there. Com picks up the 3K, nicely stacking a few of those ults that are come up. Fade ultimate coming up soon here, and they probably focus Ospas a little bit as we move forward. So now Sentinel's first gun round. Zelsis already going to be focusing the Odin, but it's not headed towards Tree right away. That's gonna be over towards the C site. See if they try to get any type of rubble control with what would be more of a fake here. Maybe paranoia or smoke through and then a nade as Zekin tries to front a little bit of control. You see the pings coming out already though. Lev want to clear that rubble and the left pocket.
Definitely want to clear it very quickly. Already a satchel on the top of rubble. And even on the top, Tens was not ready for that.
Yeah.
So Ospas gets first blood. And already Sentinels are falling back from BB door, grouping up back towards the staircase, looking to fight. Potentially a double swing out just to get information. They choose otherwise. They want to see if there's more util coming out from Leviathan if they actually initiate and engage towards the A site.
And now they start to switch, right? They leave King in position to call for sound, easily have control over mid still with that turret from pillars from Tex. And now they work the map. Leviathan trying to just take everything out of Sentinels. And so far in these rounds, it's been the members of Sentinels, not just utility.
And the reason why you see Zelsis here playing with the Odin. So the Alarm Bot's going to get first info. We're going to try to slow things down with Nanostorms off the turret, and the Odin's going to be good for the spray to try to deny plants. Instead, he's trying to play in front of the smoke. Instead of playing the retake or slowing things down, he gets denied by Aspas. That was scaling up towards that right side of the waterfall. And that spike goes down. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a call for a save here for Sentinels.
In that position, I was 100% thinking that was a spam from the Odin right through the wall there. As they try to plant, you create distraction. The rest of the team falls into place, but 2 kills right away. They lose members holding sites on both sides. And this is just going to be an easy walk-in now for LEV after the plant and pretty much walk out. They just have to choose where to go. And that's being covered by Com. May lose his life, but it'll let everybody else get out safe.
Okay, info here. Walking forward. Hello.
And
oh, yeah, they're there.
That's when your team says, why is your knife out? You're like, I thought I had a moment. They're still going to go for the kills, though. They want to drop weapons. Nice damage there.
Took the Odin away here from Zelsis, just spraying it out. And yeah, you'll slow things down with the snake bite. You'll be able to save these 3 weapons for Sentinels, but at least a good thing here. 3 rounds went through, and they noticed that late lurk from King on the post plant, and they took him down right away, so they'll keep that in the back pocket. And how Leviathan's currently defaulting and scaling, and also doing a lot of rotates so far in these first 3 maps.
And big money
rounds,
here.
rather, yeah.
6K credits. They still have 4,000 at least going into these next rounds. And this is going to be the low armor buy here for Sentinels. See if they stay back, go forward. They've switched over where Zelsis is, tried to condition that we've left the Killjoy at C, now at A. And that may even play into the favor of LEV here. A push on to mount again from Sentinels.
Shots are not hitting, though, and Zekin's low on bullets, hit by the Paranoia, too. Still manages to get the kill onto Mazito before he falls from Aspas. He gets 2 in the round. And already to understand for Leviathan that they cleared out the space. Already initiating inside the site, double satchel. Prowler inside waterfall, spotting Saucy, and got to fall back again.
I think LEV recognized too, low buy. They went into this. We have armor advantage, getting the site. I think she would say Aspas going in so quickly to know that that play was pretty readable off the push on Mound. So Leviathan actually just getting that one, falling right into their laps. They made the right play, but yeah, Sentinels was not ready for another C hit that hard.
Com's just ready to throw their nightfall as well. So just trying to guarantee it around our Leviathan in its post plant. Sentinels waiting for the full rotate of Zelsis so they can move inside the site as a group. There's that first contact, Jiggle Peak, and forces out the nightfall. 2 of them were going to get hit. Sentinels choose to fall back and save.
I think it's LEV with first kill every round so far. We have not seen Sentinels be able to have their 5v5 or even really a 4 retake coming into this point, where their utility would be the advantage. And yeah, Leviathan have such a great idea right now, and it's all their game plan. They're not waiting for Sentinels to make a move. They're going to Sentinels in a lot of these plays. Here, Zekin was able to clean up a few, but still, you're overrun by the numbers of Leviathan just being behind each other right now. Really good teamwork coming up. Aspas 2 away from the ultimate, and not even close for an ultimate being on deck right now for Sentinel. So another buy-in round here. This could be a tough one. 2,400 credits coming on to those credits that Sentinels has now. So this one's going to be tough for them to buy next round. This has to be one of their first ones.
That's a good shout, because usually in round number 4, when you're focusing on orb control, we'll hold that thought, though. The satchel's across, but Leviathan still get the 2 first picks. Close range, but instant trades coming in from both sides, even the push outside from B. That was waited and greeted by Leviathan, still watching those pushes on both ends. And yeah, we're trying to say that the silver lining, at least for Sentinels, round number 4, when on the attack, they're focusing a lot of orb control, plant control to get an ult out ASAP. Leviathan didn't have any, so they had an opportunity to play aggro. Try to change the tempo for Sentinels, but they got denied right away when, you know, that they were mentioning at the desk where we're a little bit, there was a little bit of miscomms for Leviathan where they can't really trade perfectly, but this looks really good right now compared to the other week.
The calls right now, the feels that Leviathan has on what Sentinels may try to do is immaculate. They always have more numbers wherever the soft side of Sentinels is, even if that soft side's being pushed. It's been C most of the time right now. And yeah, the pillars push, completely unexpected to see him pulling out 2 there. So now what do you think the read Sentinels has is? Leviathan's in their spawns for most of the round. They're looking to play a little bit aggressive on rubble, but also are stopping us when we push C. And you don't want to let Leviathan get to the front door at this point to get their attack on. They're responding Leviathan's responding so well to everything right now.
Last player standing.
That is true.
There's that push. So Tex playing that Sentinel role, as the Killjoy. Turret finding information, using the boxes as cover, getting these picks. So yeah, there is a little bit of nervousness coming out. You're in the arena now, cheering for Sentinels, and yeah, you dip
right now.
For Sentinels too. Yeah. You have Zekin that's also one away from the ult, potentially trying to throw some sort of paint shells to show, okay, maybe there's a stack from Sentinels on the A site, and then they could push Leviathan over to a rotate of a C side stack. And with that haunt that was being thrown, Prowler to find information. Right now, Sentinels are still playing with no information taken, right? Nothing was spotted there on either extremities.
They're waiting it out. They see the Prowler B, fade B, and start to work towards A. Again, this is the alt door for Aspas. If they can grab it, you see King ready for the plant.
Here.
Now they source out what this is going to be. I feel like Sen needs to back up in sight a little bit more unless they're going to take this fight straight on with this ult coming in.
Second Prowler finding information this time over on the A site. There's King scoring first. Showstopper being pulled out. You'll take that dub right now as Sentinels is on an eco. Going right at the feet of John Q to kill, stolen away by Com.
Yeah.
Clean entry towards the site. Plant comes down for Leviathan. And now the last three, trying to get something done with that Bulldog in this round. At least hopefully bring the economy down for Leviathan, because they are about to max out across the board. Should they close out this round and take the lead by 6 to send scoreless.
Just taking that site, the util usage coming from Leviathan, the Seas is catching, the Haunts displacing where the defensive spots are. And it's like Sen is safe nowhere. Trying to get that push on, just a distraction.
Last player standing.
Celsius is just counting the bullets and able to catch one off the exits.
Yeah.
And for Leviathan, they're hunting down those kills for sure.
All right. Those ults are going to be coming up for Sentinels. Can they formulate a plan, though, so those ultimates just don't get snuffed out? Leviathan's been playing so far back. There's the Seas right there. Zekin was ready to try to make a play with John Cutie on the other side. Just a few sheriff shots to maybe collect one kill. But they're not even letting him get away with that, really. You got to be sneaky and spawn, apparently. Odin's back up for Zelsis. See where they decide to roll these. It's still going to be that C play for the Odin. Utility split between BC and a bit of this mound and rubble control. Not again, no. They leave it to Leviathan for now. Wow. And they don't know if Sentinels pushed or not. Leviathan's just ready to aggress that utility and push back. They're not taking any chances versus Sentinels here in our first B rush and see how they coordinate around the Killjoy utility.
And Sentinel seems to be okay for this as well. Sassy was almost in a one and done. Well, he is still going to be done. Still going to be done. Satchel's in. Com, that was the one that was able to get the first blood for Leviathan to get a plant. Deniability by paint shells coming through. And now the gap's been closed. They can use this showstopper now for a Zekin. There's that second tap on the spike. They're using more util for Leviathan to slow things down. Paranoia being thrown to lurk by Aspas. And that's a quick 1 and 2. Now 1v1 against the Odin, and Lee Zelsis wins that one. But they have no showstopper for the retake. That might be it. That might be it right here for Sentinels.
Another lurk.
Yeah.
It never ends.
Just keeping him back. There's King with that kill.
Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Leviathan is just able to encroach into the defensive side so fast, just throwing off the state of the game for Sentinels. The timing not there. We even saw Sassy getting caught with the Haunt Seas out, whatever. I couldn't tell what he was throwing at first, but it's just Leviathan. Everything going their way, and it's because of the movements, the mid-round calls, and the way they've been playing. 7 rounds in, the first time they hit B, and it does catch Sentinels off guard. Util out to break the site. That ult's still there, you just talked about it. This lurk as well, just absolutely disgusting. They really have not been able to put this Odin to use either, that they keep buying towards C.
That's the crazy part too, as a duelist, being able to get behind enemy lines to backstab too.
Yeah.
So when you're really seeing Leviathan on these executions, Aspas is getting so much space right now. And not really met with too much opposition too, because Sentinels are trying to fight a little bit towards the fort lines at the beginning. They'll try to do it again. Util being thrown out here towards the A site.
There we go. The first real rubble control with a season aid that we're seeing from Sen here to feel comfortable and put that power into just an attack that may not work. Mollies go off pretty early. Orba to go down. They'll have a pretty good sight of this B site now.
Yeah, they got great stall right now with both John Cutie and Zelsis here, yet Leviathan, they deny all of that util, not afraid and just brute forcing in.
This one of the first times SEN has their team to get the retake in, and this is what we expected from Zelsis before. The spam through the wall from Waterfall. Now SEN's ready for that retake protocol.
They have everything for this swing round. Locked down at the ready from Zelsis' kill, so he's rotating back towards the spawn to initiate it. They also have a showstopper to just fight towards that corner if Leviathan wants to fight inside the site and stay there. Yet they decide to fall back, play towards the mound. So that lockdown will go through. Nobody's going to get detained. Showstopper now trying to clear information. There's nobody around the site. So they know right now for Leviathan, they're playing post plant outside of mound. There's the showstopper. 4 for denied by Aspas. A 4-on-4. Satchel up in the air. There's still a smoke in the front. Sticking onto the spike. Here's John Tootie. Puts it halfway. Now sticking it down. 1 for 1 in front of the fight. And there comes all these defuses. As all the Sentinels has fallen. Except for John Cutie, who at least gets the defuse.
Smart play. TenZ holding Paranoia for the longest time. The lockdown getting Leviathan out in something they must have missed because they planted to hold in sight. And that's not very easy when that lockdown comes out from the side of Sentinels. All pushed outside, forced to fight through smoke. That turn at the last second. The turn at the last second to save him puts the spike lower, allowing the defuse duck from John Cutie. Zelsis' spam actually plays out huge in this one. Wow. Oh, cannot believe that's the way they scrape one through. They got a lot of work to do though. 7-1 down. This Odin's still here. Nightfall to retake a site. Sentinels going for more of the retake protocol again. And it's going to be a C hit from LEV to start. It looks like they're right in.
Zelsis is on the top of the wood with the Odin.
Bomb grenade out.
Now delaying with Nanostorm, is trying to walk in and finding timing through the poison orb.
Spike planted.
Right out of it. Catches calm. Spike at least planted for Leviathan. There's the pit outside on the attack side to cover up all the waterfall. Sassy though has a Nightfall, could use this towards the site, initiates it, engages it now. King looking to fall back just around the corner, and they might forfeit the pit from there. Aspas trying to delay as well with the showstopper of his own. On the top of the boxes. Now C's just got thrown to get more information as well. But they stay inside the pit. They kept it up. Walking it close. All the Sentinels are low on HP. So hard to walk inside that pit. And as it goes down, all the Leviathan still there fighting inside the site.
They snap back right away. Ultimate protects too. Lockdowns here if they have any trouble coming from the future rounds. And they do not let another post plant go to Sentinels. Let's see this again. Just sticking the site after plant, and they lose 3. Okay, now we know what. You can't say that was supposed to happen, but you take those every day. All right, here we go. Wall up on both sides. Leviathan look to tempt a little bit towards A once again. And see if there's a hard push, looking to make a fake TP sound. And a strong B pillar push here from Sentinels. They're trying to give different looks from defense too. They're in kind of their 1-3-1 formation that we would almost see them already in a retake on, or at least a 3-1. But we'll see if this works out for them. It's going to be knowledge from John Cutie and Zelsis to this pile of 3 in mid before they move.
Yeah, just like the little TP that you saw from Azino, though. Usually that omen sound you're saying to bait it out is the TP across towards C. He wants to make sure he's not going to get overwhelmed by a stack of Sentinels on the C side, and with the Nightfall, just to cover our tracks now for Leviathan. They realize that the A side is open. Easy plan now for Tree.
Little delay, left and right. Stall him at the door. And we'll see what Sentinels has here. Sheriff retake hasn't stopped him before, though.
Paranoia went high. Not going to hit anybody inside the site. For Sentinels, you're happy. You wasted out 2 ults from your opponents before. They're actually just going to potentially die to Spike. Trying to keep it expensive is not really the name of the game right now. Again, Leviathan are rolling in the bank. Still trying to chase down these kills.
There you go. There's
John Cutie and TenZ get some work in. Aspas holding it down inside the site. And that might finally be the hope gone of some sort of an eco. Save here for Sentinels. And Leviathan now really making it a one-sided affair so far in this first half in this series on Lotus.
Well, like you said, SEN's happy, especially at 9-1, to see those ultimates were used to take the low buy round from them, but will the guns even matter here? LEV firing on all cylinders right now. They were shooters last week, and it didn't seem like they had the macro. Now LEV's putting both together. They're running the map and the shots. So many first bloods to just separate Sentinels from being able to retake these rounds, the spot we think them most strongest.
Where are
A haunt out, quick one up top, but they still can't fight for this rubble control. It's just a little bit of early knowledge to try and have Tex, try to have Zelsis hold this area with all the Killjoy utility. A good push onto Mound is gonna let Sentinels focus on the A side of the map. But it's pullback here from LEV, and they leave King again. This is much like the bonus round that they ran. Actually, they're leaving way more. This is gonna be a B pinch for the first time from LEV.
Through smoke, King falls. But you mentioned it. You might think here for Sentinels, okay, we got the lurk down, but at least for Leviathan, they have other players on their side trying to make some noise here. They threw the paranoia out towards tree. They threw a smoke. They popped out both mollies. Heard baby door being broken here on the defensive side. That's Ospas trying to scale in. Oh, Texas running inside the smoke, catching Zekin off guard.
And the teleport into the site, just growing the numbers of Leviathan here on the B hold. To heaven. Oh, they're pushing! Whoa, Ospas!
Prowler also keeping Sentinels at bay. Now they can reset. Ten's just waiting for a timing to paranoia in the front of the B site, but nobody from Leviathan will be there except for Mazzino. There's that flash now being thrown.
The door
cannot connect on the kill. Waiting for it, and finally drops Mazzino. That allows her Sentinels to move in, and Ten's at low HP gets a second kill. Now a smoke here. Oswald sticking onto the fuse. Snake bite to keep it at bay. Calm is alone, and Sentinels are able to come back.
That seems like the timing that we are used to from Sentinels. The ability usage when they're hitting, disrupting so many of the angles being watched by Leviathan. We saw their mouses flicking back and forth at all the wrong times. These are the kind of things, and the reason Sentinels retakes usually look so clean, it's they're at the backside of their opponents, they're double swinging something that's never available to trade. And it just goes over so smooth. They keep some weapons. The 9-3 is almost a must here with the power LEV's been bringing into the match. Let's see if they can keep it going. This early hunt, allowing a little bit of info to come out of B here, but also still keep fade on B. Keeping LEV thinking that rubble control is trying to be pushed. This mound, though, it is important to Sentinels.
Super aggressive for Sentinels.
The dodge.
The dodge, the first blood, scored by Sentinels, answered back by an op on the attack in the hands of Ospas.
They still fight it. Crazy.
Now that allows here Leviathan to get control of both the mound and front B. They can choose the pathing depending on the picks. The off angle being held by Sasi. And now the jig is up on that end to try to at least give Sentinels an opportunity to take a player advantage in the last round of the half. Pit comes out as the orb just got tapped and picked up by Ospas, one away from a showstopper.
Really cool pick, because you have this push up here. It's going to push him right back over towards Zelsis on A, and now Zelsis can back up. I believe Baby Door might, oh, he may just try to lace him with the Odin here as they pass by. This is going to be a sketchy one. I don't know if they make noise before they get to Zelsis. That would immensely help the rotation.
This is such a big gamble right now, and there's that defensive wall. Leviathan's walking through. The wall's about to drop, and there's three left just behind. There's that one. There's that second one. It's that but Belize sends some damage, allowing Saucy to rotate over. And now King once again is left alone. 1 versus 3, 18 seconds left on the clock. A plant, but no more util left behind. Now also on top of that hit by the Nightfall, giving a chance now for Sentinels to just book it. He gets the first pick there onto Tens as he drops down. The last two have to group together. John Cutie and Saucy, snake bite available on a defense. King trying to find information.
There's the third.
But because he was scuffled by the Nightfall, needed to find that info. And spots both of them as the wall came down. And Sentinels to get the defuse end the half 3-9. And it can't be a Valorant game without a 7-1 scoreline or a 9-3 scoreline, right?
What quick thinking there by John Cutie and squad, saying, you know what, C has been a lot of these late round hits. They put the ult down at C and basically direct Leviathan back towards A, back to the waiting arms of Zelsis and Saucy. That's the macro we're looking for from Sentinels here that makes their opponent walk right into the traps. Took a bit, they got 3. We'll
definitely see how this pans out now as Sentinels has an opportunity to fight here on the attack. And yeah, the scoreline definitely shows they're at least a stat.
Yeah.
Undefeated so far in 2024 on Lotus, which is arguably our second best map, right? When you looked at the vetoes that came out from both of these teams, you're like, okay, well, don't have a split, they have a chance here, but let's talk about that in a bit. There's 3 players crossfiring towards the front B. First blood for Sentinels. Saucy falling back. A C's being thrown to prevent Leviathan from pushing forward. And the Prowler's even going to notice them very close here to the front B. So Sentinels falling back with the player advantage.
Big quick jump there. And they back up for safety. Saucy down quite low. The take on the site's going to be a little tough, or retake is going to be a little tougher without Ospas's nades, but they should be able to hold off for now with this info. A little bit of control on A being grabbed back. John Cutie goes down. That might have been a quick switch on the map. Now they have to go C on this one.
Yeah, it looks like John Cutie wasn't expecting that forward push all the way to Rubble, denying the lurk. There's that C execution for Sentinels, and it's open. Nobody's really moving in here for Leviathan yet. Trying to make sure there's no other lurkers around the site. Cleared out towards B, put an alarm bot on flank as well. And all of them grouped up towards the spawn because they lost that space. So Zetkin's the one to move forward.
Oh, they're gonna haunt, or they're gonna the Prowler this.
Yeah, especially when there's a one-way coming through here on the attack. There's a paranoia, but Zekin avoids it. There's that dink in the kill. You ask for him to lock in, he'll get 2! As King answers back.
Last player standing.
Tens at the ready to trade off his teammate as they're running a 3-player push outside towards the spawn. Tex is alone now. Beats Timmy the turret, but not Celsius. Sentinels win the pistol round.
And a much-needed pistol round there. Also having to call the audible and be forced towards C. I'm sure they were happy to not get any defense from Lev when that happened. This is going to be where they pull it back. Lev started off on the attack side here. This is Sentinel's pick, so Lev said, we want to bring you that attack, those attack rounds. And this is where Sentinels has to get them back as well with such a dominating first half. All right, we hop in. Walls up, a big A hit coming in from Leviathan to gain control on the map. And it's just another C hold coming in from Sen. Orbs to Zekin over and over with those first 2 kills. One already as well before that. Almost to ultimate coming into round 3 here on the second half.
Toxin screen down.
And everything's very patient to this.
Yeah, John Q is there. Trying to do some damage. He'll contact Tex. And a second one as well, okay. You're starting to see these players playing solo plays, and it's working out for Sentinels. Trying to break the timing is King jumping forward, denied by the Stinger.
Last player standing.
Becomes a clean entry now for Sentinels. Inside the B site, farming orbs. Zekin after this plant, 1 away, and go for that kill, go for that hunt. It's up against Calm. And this will allow Sentinels to get the showstopper in the next round in their bonus. Not looking, flips across. Ult ready.
I love this, because Zekin was basically, he has been going in on these rounds to get ult. It's like, yeah, I might die, you got my trade, but that's another ult orb. I just picked one up, 2 in a round almost every time. We're at round 3 now, second half, and he is gonna have that showstopper for Leviathan. Fighting back with full guns here on this bonus. Really neat way to start this off. The 2 kills really helping out to get this ult online. And let's say, Pillars? There's a ping going down there. They're choosing the soft site here out of all 3, and this could work out very well.
The wall's going to be different here. It seems to be for Baby Door in Heaven, so Sentinels potentially just wants to fight inside this B site for a plant, but so far a little bit of a util is keeping them at bay. There's that wall finally up, showstopper to clear it out. Now all the way towards the back, Boombot misses, but at least the C's, and then the showstopper gets the pig.
Identifying every strat that'll work one after the other. Really giving Leviathan a taste of their own medicine from how we saw it first half. Retake from Link and Heaven, but Baby Door, will they be able to take down Saucy?
Because they have lower guns here for a couple of them. You want to stay inside that site. That's the Stinger, and also Ten's working in tandem. Both of them dropped by Ospas. 6 cents coming in from the duelist, even a third in the round. 22 HP remaining, paint shells across. Line up Larry by John Cutie. As Ospas is at 1 HP. Was going inside the decay of the orb. That slows the clock down for a bit. John Q and Zelsis having to work together. There's that dinosaur to the live more. Never realized it there. And that will be a round for Sentinels to convert the bonus. Maybe GB should toss to those guys as Lenap Larry's, not us.
Yeah, those 2. Oh my gosh. Not a very big post-plant Molly setup map, but you know what? Sentinels is going to make it happen there and just give Leviathan a hell of a time trying to get back onto the spike. Such a powerful hit. This take. And they're still able to hold it off with 2 alive after having to put so many in the site.
Yeah. Looks like it was a haunt, actually, that got the ping towards the back and not a seize, but you'll take whatever to get that entry with that showstopper.
Clean. One watches the push, one's getting the mollies. They had it timed out really well, too, so you know that's been practiced until they got it down. Prowlers towards pillars. Leviathan's trying to get info here. They open the door and see if they're going to get another B push again, but they got to be ready at A. Sentinels is moving so fast here.
Not afraid to make any noise whatsoever. 2 players anchoring towards that A-side. It's text traded out by John Cutie as he's about to drop Celsius. Still, maybe they don't expect King here, though. Here's the footsteps. Nobody's watching it. There's that first kill. Snake bite on the ground. Spike is down 2. Door now being open. King pinned inside tree, so they'll look for a safer plant. But pain shells are also coming down. Ospas gets the pick. As Sentinels are trying to push towards the back of the site. Finally, King falls down towards the tree. Now Khan trying to push forward, but it's a 1-for-1. Showstopper at the ready. Saucy is alone. Second satchel closing up.
Oh no.
Swings out, and it connects.
Bigger they are, the harder
That
they fall.
is big. 3 for Ospas. They dove right into the site without really knowing what the state of it was. A few nades in, they all felt comfortable to control with each other. And I think the big miss out there was the door was open by 10s, but nobody went in to clear, and nobody saw what was indoors, so nobody peeked around because they thought it was clear.
Yeah, they thought it was
That's a
just text in
mistake.
there.
That's a mistake.
Right, usually with these setups that you see from a Killjoy, it's a Killjoy solo site hold.
Right. Yeah, that was what happened. So one of the protocols was very missed there. 10-6 now. Leviathan actually stopped the pressure here from Sentinel's second half. Molly's to come out. Leviathan gets a bit of read on who's where on the map. And the Prowler does see it close. Man, LEV is just delay. It doesn't look like they can make plays off this, but they're just like, no, you need to back up, Sentinels, and rethink the next hit as LEV take Rebel control.
The thing is, they use a lot of util towards this B side and C. There's not too much to hold back except bodies here on the C side. Now John Cutie sees at least one leading out towards Rebel that engages Sentinels to pressure out towards the C side, but paint shells once again. More util being used by Leviathan slows them back, but we've mentioned the amount of util that's now missing is the call from John Cutie at the minute mark. Rotate over now, group up towards the C side, grab this orb, and you have a Nightfall ready. And when they notice John Cutie on the A site with the KJ, they know there's no KJ util on this side as well. Becomes an easy entry for a plant.
LEV with some low members here, going to make the retake difficult, but Ospas starts them off right.
Yeah, no choice to fight towards spawn now because he lost control in the front, and Celsius drops 2. Last 3 of Leviathan, a death ball towards the back of the spawn. First contact will be Celsius to actually find the information, but I mean, the call from the Prowlers are going to be there. High-low stack, just at the top of the box, there's at the ramp.
Keep him in there.
Satchel out.
Nice satchel first, Kong gets the first kill, and Atlas gets both.
No way!
Oh, with the 4th kill onto Sasi. I mean, combining 4 kills together on both Ospas and Calm on that retake, and that was everything for the satchel to start things first, to break that crosshair placement.
Van Silly, we are witnessing it from Leviathan right now. It's like they can do no wrong. Let's watch this replay again. So they push spawn, 2 huge kills coming in from Sentinels, and LEV has no choice but to re-clear that same spot. Every eye is on that spot, and they still get all the kills they need. That is going to put some momentum in the squad right now. Calm overhyped, and it is deserved. 11-6 here. 2 in favor of Leviathan. Is actually, I thought Sen was going to snap back again. It's usually we see some rounds go back and forth here, but not the case. A 3-1-1 by Sen now as they try to get some map control. Lose one already.
Spike down.
Same position where Zekin was playing towards the mound before, but it's Mazzino that falls on that right side of the mound. Ospas falling back. Has util once again to delay and deny. Boombot to find information, and then pain shells if there's going to be any type of aggression behind that. But for Sentinels, they're creeping up here slowly towards the B site. Might be opening door, might be hitting towards B. You see all these leans coming out from Leviathan. Yeah. They're just ready here to play at least some numbers.
A lot of this early pressure from LEV has come off of paranoia, whether they open a door, whether they try to take a little bit more space. So that requires now comms utility. And they do not get as much info there as they can't push out. King. It's a good distance for the judge. They come in close.
The decay, there's a
The hit.
Instantly gets traded out though. Allowing Sentinels to move inside this site and get the plant down, and off the plant, John Cutie has the pit. But the counter once again is a Nightfall available for Calm on the retake. And it gets popped right away. Door opens up, it's a 1-for-1. They lose control now of the front B side. Our Sentinels force to play inside the pit of both Tens and John Cutie. Satchel inside right now as Aspas is trying to clear it out. Now slowly bleeding to King, trying to spray across, and it's up against John Cutie.
There's time.
Winning a reset on the HP, trying to get lucky with the sprays. John Cutie repivots towards the top of the site, sprays in on the tap.
That required some dancing from the side of Sentinels. Being tagged by the ultimate, Nightfall gives you the trail, and they were just trying to follow all the Sentinels members inside that pit. Another C mound control. I think at this point, both teams know they can get a first kill over there because there's going to be a fight, and this just got hectic, but not for John Cutie. Filming a new one. Cinematic. All right, we move on. 11-7. Lockdown's there. King's got the ultimate to maybe stave off a sight as this push is from the left side of the map. Full come around on the map here to see if they can get this pressure. Sentinels may not have the timing. Actually, I think there was a bit of a here there by Zelsis. He looked to the left for just a second on the minimap and said, yo, we need to run forward.
Already had to turret outside towards front B as well. Knew that the pinch was coming with all that util coming out from C side. A 1-for-1 or at least Aspas with the Hero Guardian, Mazina with the Stinger, the rest with pistols. Showstopper and a lockdown ready for Sentinels. In their favor to try to close out this round. All of them pushing towards the back of the site. Nobody rotating across because they know the pinch from Leviathan was coming from Baby Door and from C-side. More delays, paranoia being thrown. Not allowing really Leviathan to set up for the retake. There's finally the first contact, now going left and right, peeking one by one, also dropping one by one. Delays on the Nano Swarms. Trades are perfect for Sentinels as they're closing the gap now by 3 rounds.
Zelsis with lockdown coming out of this one. A clean A hit there by Sentinels. Were not put off their game by being pushed around the map. Also knew there were only pistols on the chase, really. Great opening shots to hit this one. So Sentinels, obviously power and numbers for them right now. The last round or so, Mazina was taken out, so they have had an easier chance, but the rounds that Sentinels isn't finding the opening kill, they are it's more reactive right now for sure. Yeah. They're trying to figure out what's happening, make the right moves, so they can have that utility for the retake, which it does make sense. Sentinels is now hitting their shots, coming online a bit. This is their map for a reason. Let's see what they have left in the strat book. Aspas just a bit on the off angle here for the peak. Ooh.
Showstopper ready.
Stays.
Comes out, connects onto Celsius. Meanwhile, though, Calm has fallen, so they did have some sort of a trade here towards the B side, but advantage already comes out for Leviathan. Also, a pit came out on that C side.
Imagine you get into the round with a showstopper and a lockdown, and those are the things that go down first. That did. Sentinels did not need that start, and Lev is very happy with the condition of this round. Able to stay in default positions. Killjoy utility still smattered about A. Yeah, this should be a Lev round. Almost no deaths if they can help it.
And able to dodge the Prowler, too. Ten's just getting ready to TP somewhere. It's a C's right in.
Yeah.
Tried to guess it, that he was still trying to hide in that cubby towards that waterfall side. Unfortunately there for Sentinels, it was an off angle closer to the boxes. An easy win there. John Cutie trying to create some space. Clearing out all that util on the A site. Now realizes the last nano, jump spot kill. Should have done it with a classic, why not? But yeah, Sasi's gonna meet up with them. They'll get a plant and a Nightfall out of this, so there's still some sort of hope here for Sentinels on a post plant. But Leviathan are at the ready. 3 of them grouped up here at the staircase.
Pushing, trying to focus a high-low that might be a swing, but I don't know if they have the time. 3 now, about to approach.
Oh, the Nightfall was looking towards the spawn. They were looking for a timing and a push in that area, and it's a backstab instead. Leviathan with this defuse now, or at map point against Sentinels, map pick.
That's just one of those moments. Even tell yourself, like, I'm going to count to 5, and then I'll turn. I'm going to give this time. They're not going to, okay, they're not pushing.
1, 2,
bam. Oh, my. And that's, I think that right there is a really just good window into what's been happening to SEN this game. What LEV has been able to put on the server in these situations where they have the side of Sentinels in a rotation. They're pushing spawn and catching Sentinels off guard. It just seems like those little moments. And it's really, like you say, who's to blame? Who's to blame except for timing? 12-8 here. LEV looking to put the last and finishing touches here on Sentinels. Map pick, Lotus. The C-mount control again. It's gonna be a big fight.
Showstopper.
Oh, the dodge!
Hits the front of the site.
Baited out.
No contact. They still have more ults to work with on the attack, though. As for Leviathan, they have their lockdown currently anchored up on the A site.
Nightfall as well if they do lose a bit of control of the site. So many things to layer on here to keep it secure and keep C a winning round for Sentinels. All the members of LEV make it out, but Sentinels has made a home now in C site. Nightfall comes out quite early because they're expecting LEV to just push in.
Yeah, especially that the lockdown got used. Now they'll keep him at bay for a bit, but here is a winning moment, or a key piece is Tex.
Tex
with the lockdown. Come with support now, dropping the players trying to fight back towards the waterfall. Numbers dwindling for Sentinels. It's up to John Cutie and Zelsis.
They're taking all these fights.
There's that lockdown. There's some free space towards the back. There's no util to throw here for Leviathan. There's deniability, delays here with the snake bite. Both of them pinned towards the back of the side. There's that first swing. Second shot coming through. Right now for John Cutie. And a what? Laying down the law. John Cutie saves the round for Sentinels.
Absolute cinema. Holy John QT does it again. The clutch in B for a pivotal round. And this. So many ults used here to not secure this round would have meant the game, but the pressure doesn't matter to John Cutie.
You want it? I want it. I want it. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Do you want it? Do you want it, he says? I want it, they said. Let's go. Sentinels want it. Fans, let's see if they got it. It's going to be ultimate coming up for John Cutie if they can source some orbs. And they've pushed a little bit of a lower armor buy here to Leviathan, but with this rubble control, Sen's taking it slow.
They do want to take it slow. They know the economy's somewhat broken here for Leviathan. 3 chances for the defensive side, so they will go for the force buy round. Only the Sheriff of King.
You can see that LEV, they're feeling, they do not rotate this much so far in the past few rounds, but already you have Com going back and forth to the site. Now they're rotating Mazzino back out, back to a 1-2-2, trying to play a reactive against Sentinels right now because they know Sentinels could bring this to 12. Prowler out, great information on pillars, seeing at least a few there coming in.
And because of that, you're see Com and also Mazzino grouping up here towards Baby Door. Trying to open door, trying to create a diversion on the other end. Bold players on the A side from Sentinels now getting ready to break that door. Boombot now to clear it up. There's that first blood. Instant trade. Com waiting on the other end. Hit by the paranoia. Turns around on a reload. John Cutie got caught there. Couldn't reload fast enough, and Com gets the pick. Pawn to get information. It's not cleared once again. Such a tight space, but he finds so much room. Now Zelsis is trying to save the round for Sentinels. A 2 versus 3. Zelsis swinging out here, wins it against Com. Aspas with the backstab. King gets that pick.
10s?
It's all up to 10s.
It's
one smoke. Shrouded step, jump spot from Aspas. There's that first headshot, the tap on the flank. And the flank across with a Red Bull clutch. Another one coming through for Sentinels.
Is that even real? The pressure is just making them better. Sentinels have called upon everything they have in these clutch rounds. John Cutie stepping up.
1 enemy remaining.
10s.
1 enemy remaining.
Absolutely godlike. in shambles. Leviathan.
Yeah, I don't know about Force buying around King's Sheriff. They have nothing to work with in this round. Ashiko. This will give a chance here, some breathing room for Sentinels if they can convert this one. Potentially continuing the protocols here of controlling the orb.
There.
Look at this push out from Leviathan, though. They have so much pressure on the A side. And Sentinels, it's a one-gear move forward. Clear the C site and plant.
I think they're realizing LEV is having a tough time reacting instantly to these. It's just Sen have to be just as scared about the post plants as LEV would be about Sen's. Oh, the shots are off.
Info on 2 players. John Cutie wasn't expecting a third. There's a paranoia that's going to hit at least one of them. Zelsis stays alive, and that's going to slow things down, at least on that side. Giving a chance here for Leviathan to creep in from Waterfall and also from the spawn. That's King and Tex. John Cutie has a pit available if needed, but he's playing it from the mountain. Tex has fallen. Sort of planning for them, and as they're trying to pick up the Vandal, Zelsis does not allow Tex to upgrade. King now alone. Running a forward, running across, jump spotting, and spotting King. Yeah, he'll get that shot.
Yeah.
Spike will go off no matter what, though. An expensive round for Sentinels, though, as they move into round number 24.
That's the question. Where is the money going to be? 3,400, 5,300 could be a buy around 10s there. After he gets a smoke in, you can see the credits they have. Sassy at 55, and the first shots here to drop some of the weapons. The Molly follow-up here from Sentinels was beautiful for delay. 3 Mollies, as well as the KJ, the 2 Viper. And they just wait out the round with King inside as Zelsis just goes a little ham, has some fun in sight, knowing that round.
Things a little bit more cautiously. Calm getting ready to throw here this haunt to get information outside the A side. But for Sentinels, off this timeout, will they try to go aggressive or just break that util, wait it out? They'll wait it out.
Both the orb and the wall thrown, so if they want to come back, retake becomes that much easier, but they're holding. Making sure the pressure isn't anywhere they don't want it to be. Oh, that's a move up. You see the orb picked up. They're going to continue to press forward. Remember, it's the ultimate for Zelsis here as well, so that's 2 big ones. And they initiate on A.
King's there, hit by the paranoia, manages to fall back on time. Seas cannot catch him. John Cutie watching the staircase. Lockdown available as the orb got picked up. Nightfall being thrown onto defense. Second trying to clear it up and gets information on 3. A lot of them are hit by the Nightfall. 10 speed behind. Dual kills out with the Vandal. Lockdown in the front. Tex trying to push forward. Denied by Sassy. It's up to Aspas and Mazzino. 2 versus 4. Pick comes out. And a plant also comes in.
Here.
They try to skirt under the lockdown.
Not gonna be tough here, but Mazzino, he's gonna at least get 1. Trade it back, at least with some pop shots on Sentinels, but Mazzino's still alive. Looking to walk back in, has a paranoia, 1 HP, TP's across off the paranoia, but just got hit by the edge of the down swarm. Ozboss now has to come huge. Walks in, decaying down, Spike being launched, backstabbed by Zelsis. We are playing the extra innings.
Sentinels bring us to OT on a 9-3 first half. The rounds required clutching, and it's required many of them. This is hard-earned. And Leviathan has slipped a little. Not able to close it out. 3 rounds to make it happen, but Sentinels find a way through each time now, and everybody's starting to come online. This is the Sentinels you know as the number. Sentinels, what, down 5-0, 6-0 to start a map? It looks rough, but they still have some of those solutions to make it work and bring us to OT. We are in. No operators around, and the C-Mount fight continues.
Zekin trying to get across, avoids the Prowler. 2 inside the smoke, there's a trade-off, a 2 for 1, and inside the smoke, Calm evens it out. Leviathan falling back. Turret and Tex was still watching for that push towards B. They'll see nothing yet pivot towards the A site where Zelsis is set up here with the full cooking utility on the A site and Neoden.
I'm gonna stay together. Looking for Prowler, Seas here. Do not have the ability to watch back now unless it's an alarm bot. They're just out of range as they start making their way forward. Baby door could be broken, but it looks like John Cutie's not going to make that sound. They'll be rotating somewhere else. But they're playing it safe so they can all get here for the retake.
Bomb grenade out.
Already using
They're going to push? They're going to push.
Yeah. Behind the Prowler inside the site, though, it's a 1-for-1. Free plant now for Calm.
Spike plant.
Sentinels split across and looking to regroup towards the spawn. John Kuhn and Saucy. Lots of util in their hands as well. And they have deniability with the nanoswarms. Potential lineups here as Texas playing all the way back towards Rubble. And the alarm bot's going to be the first point of contact.
There.
Oh, the jiggle.
Well, they see one.
They know what Texas is playing, and they know he could potentially be playing those lineups, so they have to move forward. There's the alarm bot. Calm with the off angle. Now tries to get the backstab contact. It works out, catching John Cutie off guard. Now the Nightball comes out, and Tex gets the pick. And Leviathan, they finally find something and are back in the lead at that point.
Really clean movement from Calm there at the end to kind of strafe back and forth, give him a hard time to get that off angle trade back in. And yeah, Leviathan with the attack. Slowly playing it towards that right side, able to find the shots until plant. Now, I thought they might be playing a little far out of sight, but they were ready for the retake. And the C-Mound has just been an absolute war zone for these teams, trying to vary the way that they're getting the paranoias in, working under around the one-ways. Incredible stuff that both teams are in somewhat of a gentleman's agreement to say, all right, we're starting at C again, let's go. And they will take.
If they try to contact this time, will they be able to swing a little bit wider here against Aspas, who also seems to have a good read, rather, into the Sentinels contact play.
Pillar. Pillars for Sentinels. Their B protocols, strong take, but this is the strong site.
It's a jump spot. There's that paranoia on both ends. Calm is able to drop Saucy and also the spike just to slow down that push out from Sentinels.
Spike knowledge means no one on the map moves. You just see him backing up in sight a little bit more to play it safe. Anchor points being held by 2 on C now. Heaven overside by Mazzino as Sentinels look to restructure. They could get a lot of info.
Oh, at the top of the dome. Comtra's got spotted and King has to fight back. Another 1-for-1. Pain Shells are trying to push away. And as mentioned, both of these teams not afraid to fight.
Oh my gosh.
2v2, second one away from an ult. Tex rotating over towards the C site with Mazzino. Sentinels will still take their time to walking up.
They have Ult Orb. Still there, did not get picked up. This is gonna be showstopper.
And you don't want to actually give your position away.
Do they take it? Do they plant for it?
Got to move for a plant instead. You have to play the contact. Clearing out towards the tree. Also being meticulous, clearing towards the back of the site, watching drop, seeing that util. And there's that showstopper now ready on the pulse plant.
Oh my gosh. Where do they put it? What's the safest spot? You can get your blast packs out. Yeah. So Sentinels is going to let them walk into sight, even to get that first touch on Spike. And Zekin may just ult and hold it. Yeah. With John Cutie watching the angle, then they'll burst out.
You got an orb, you got snake bites on top of that. Showstopper is going to be the first one,
just
the first thing to delay, just to actually even take out the smoke away here from Mazzino, who does have a second one though. Door is about to open. Satchels towards the air and make sure that nobody's there. Snake bite coming in as the door opens. So that's one of them wasted towards the back doorway. A pinch attempted to be moved forward. Mazzino runs through the door. John Cutie trades it right back though.
John again.
Tap on that spike. There's not enough time. And John Cutie plays in time, plays the win, and keeps it at a tie game.
Oh my gosh. The plays, Sentinels run down the clock.
Overtime.
Leviathan are forced into another overtime here. Let's switch it up one more time. The opening kills. And then the fight at C again. Can't forget about that. Oh my gosh. This play. You saw how much Zekin wanted to kind of fire and draw attention, but also knew he couldn't give coverage to John at that moment. John with a very fast play, and then times it out. C-Mountain control is on.
And 3 players this time, 1 TP on the top. That was 10, sorry, to start.
Yeah.
Just to see if there was going to be more pressure from Leviathan out that area. Stalemate, players rotating back, leaning up and scaling towards the A side. There will be utility that's going to stuff them out. Alarm bot spotted, and they'll play just outside of it here for Leviathan.
This is the equivalent of sitting in front of the Cypher trap, waiting for somebody to peek. They're ready for SEN even to do a jump peek, as they are that far up. I don't know if Celsius heard anything in A just yet. He's still kind of moving back and forth, like he wants to get some knowledge or even pop the door to be a little scary. But man, there's about to be a party on that side of the map, and Sentinels only have the 2.
And the call from Sentinels after that info is to rotate towards C. So all of Leviathan looking to group up, and they're just storming as a group with the alarm bot. Zealous is forced to fall back. Satchel comes across, and he's out in the open in a one and done. Hit by the pain shells, hit by a snake bite, and also gets dropped. Now John Cutie has to hold alone. Gets hit by the C's, and also gets dispatched here by Aspas.
So much util coming in, they can't decide what to shoot at or where to shoot.
Aspas also moving forward. Zekin made too much noise, showstopper ready. Misses, does some damage on the Saucy though, but he's pinned. Really nothing that Sentinels could really do outside of this paranoia. And a flawless round for Leviathan, rather. And both of these teams, Sentinels and Leviathan, continue to have good results on their attack sides.
It's all about being back on attack right now. And we question, why not more than 33? Well, let's see if Aspas can do that, because he's at 33 right now. And this, again, every time that LEV's coming through tree, they're taking a main control there near stairs. Whoever's in that spot, Zekin was last time, got seized and hit with so much util. It just seems like such a hot spot for where LEV's protocol is, that right outside tree area, right side plant. Ah, they're vibing. They're feeling it right now. They know things are going their way on these attack rounds, but it's the question of the defensive side. What is gonna make it work? But this just seems to favor the attacker's aggression. All right, a little bit of a C play here. It doesn't look like they'll fight it as much. It's not Zekin over at C now. They're just gonna smoke it out, maybe get a haunt through to detect what is pushed.
Bring them down.
Little Prowler status. And yeah, they back off so much quicker.
Ken's doing a little bit of a Mazzino play there from TVing backwards on the boxes.
Yeah.
Although you're getting good information here. Com just threw out the Prowler. Got contact in the front. Door now gets opened up. No paranoia being thrown here by Mazzino. Still, Aspas is going to rotate across, though, to support Com. Boombot out. Instantly gets shot down, trying to get a wall bang. It's a stalemate once again. Sentinels are pulling back.
Big A main control, right, or rubble control right now. That reclear is going to be very difficult because they want to use their next util for sight, not just to clear a position outside of a site. So we're getting C here. It's going to be the most effective for the utility Sentinels has left, and it's a bit of a read with that rubble push for LEV.
They have the perfect read, right? Because of that rubble push, and here the first piece of util, nobody's really engaged back on that side. Too late to rotate towards A. So we're going to have close range battles now. Beautiful TP by Mazzino. Tencent comes in. Lastpass trying to fight back towards the waterfall. Answers back with one. But C site is now open for Sentinels to plant.
3v2. Util, their mollies there. No, just the Viper's bites coming out. Doesn't hit anybody just yet.
King already moved inside, though. There's that second snake bite. Door also being open. Spotted and stopped by John Cutie. King is now alone. Up against Tens on a 1v1, at least to start. Manages to find safety, find some cover, spoke up as well, and play with his teammate. There's that contact towards the front. John Cutie. Another multi-kill coming in from the IGL.
They knock the crown off a King. Another round coming in here on to Lotus. Round 29 as we get Leviathan back on attack. For Sentinels to win this round, absolutely wild. All the information that Leviathan had on the right side, Sentinels mid-round calling right now, and how they're forced to attack some of these sites is really, really incredible because it's not putting the pressure on them that LEV is expecting. All right, back in. Even the coaches are ready to see two in their favor here. This is getting wild.
So util is good, the trade is good, but the fights are better on both sides.
And the desk mentioned it, that Com did not feel like he was starting the season like he wanted to. It felt a little bit like the start on EG where there was not a groove. Seemed like he was able to focus on that and shake it off here for the first game of the week. And where else will they go?
I have the
Still, C mound. It's like there's gold under that sand that everybody has to guard. And now the B push. Not too many here in overtime, if any, that we've seen, but this was a round where John Cutie was able to clutch. They have come away with wins here.
Looks like they had metal detectors too, because they realized that nobody was fighting towards the C side anymore. Perfect rotate towards B. Paint shells to deny. Calm cannot get a plant yet.
Out of charge.
But all of Leviathan are still holding inside.
Delay.
Plant will be successful this time around.
Planted.
Utility being thrown by Tex on the post plant. Again, a tie game here in round number 29 in this first map of the series. And Sentinels are just trying to find the right timing.
And you got to be telling me they don't expect the paranoia from TenZ to come through this door. It's been almost every time.
But it's going into sight.
He might actually choose sight. If he makes it to switch, it usually goes through door. Gonna go ahead and smoke off one side, so he only gets a few members to be seeing here, and they don't even know!
Perfect one, hits the first. There's the haunt for a counter. Players are stuck towards the back. Now he runs inside the side, gets a backstab on King, but runs out of bullets. Second is still there, though. Then Bus alone cannot get it done.
Leviathan with the slip there to have 3 in B main and not know that that paranoia's come through almost every time. Sentinels, rinse and repeat. This is why they run these protocols.
Switching sides.
Same thing there, it works this time again. Sentinels get that win at B. Being able to retake it, very nice. Now they're on to attack. We see one of the wins come from the defensive side, bucking the trend here of overtimes. And it's Sentinels to grab it. Where do they go for this round? Look at me, just shooting everything. Now second over there, fragging out, doing what he can.
That was the thing. Nobody was looking at TenZ, right? He had perfect util to sneak
And then he ran it. If he had more bullets, that was more kills, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Thankfully, there's less bullets. About TenZ is just going to go on multi-kills nonstop. But back in the server, Sentinels in the lead. Beautiful retake, allowing them to close out the first map. Zelsis sees the aggression coming out from front B. Trying to fight back against both players, Calm and Aspas, in tandem once again, and in tandem falling back. Sentinels pushing now towards the A side as there's 2 players out on the defensive there. But TenZ just got caught coming out of his shrouded step. But John Cutie stuck behind. He's at the staircase. He hears a rotate. This is an opportunity to break baby door and move towards B for a plant, and they'll do so.
Slowly moving through. A little bit of a lurk on stairs right now by John Cutie. Could separate this entire squad of LEV, whether it's 1 or 2. Still gonna stall them out. Oh, this is... Everybody quiet.
And now get loud. That's 2 kills for him, and second is there. 2 versus 2, second and Saucy. Spike planted. No delays as Zelsis has fallen. Paranoia being thrown out on the defense. Aspas trying to fight against second. Superstar against Superstar. Now deciding to push back and defend his teammate. Defusing the spike. There's that lean on the first, the look back on the other. Seconds with the sprays, but cannot get it done. Aspas getting these kills. Aspas also getting a kill record for the VCT Americas. And we're once again going into more innings.
Absolutely wild. Are we really? Oh my gosh, this play right here, we thought it was gonna be the Kingpin. Everything gets torn apart here, but that's not the case. There's still a bit of life left on this retake. Oh, the control, the defuse, calm, cool, collected. Oh my God. Here we go, we are back in. It doesn't matter. 2 rounds now taken from that defensive side. We're back to a bit of our C-mound fight, but still, LEV's a little more patient on it this time. The Sentinels look to gain that ground. This root push on A, though, is gaining some serious ground without being seen just yet. Oh, they're making noise right away, actually, at A.
Zelsis is looking to fight it with the Odin.
Going
Nano Swarm to delay. Burb and no kills. We stay hot now for Leviathan. Backpedaling once again towards the spawn in. Again, same type of strat, leaving King.
Yeah.
Just lurking around now.
Sentinel's just taking up the same defensive position everywhere. TenZ is already pushed out here. A little bit of info. He can get out safely, drop back, teleport into C. And he'll have his paranoia through door here. Second should be able to just peek out as the smoke pops in C1 to know they're coming. Doesn't even look, actually. Just goes for the nade delay.
Pre-fired shots, and now the plant is not for long B. Leviathan choosing to fight inside the site, choosing to fight towards the spawn. Prowler to get the first blood for Zelsis, and they're just swinging around.
Cutie again!
Back to a 2 versus 2. John Cutie has a pit to work with after their trip kill. He understands there's still that lurk from King. So it comes down to the smoke on smoke. TenZ versus Mazzino. Spotted, forced to fall back, hit by the paranoia, hit by the snake bite, and also killed. Up to King with that timing in the back. The backstab there to a 1v1. Snake bite. TenZ trying to find the timing. King staying tucked in. King getting the headshot. And a Red Bull clutch. Leviathan are back at that point.
You can't ask for more from King right now. Going into the overtime games that they had the last time on Icebox, it was so tough for King to find a frag, for him to get past those moments. But here, coming up huge, nothing stopping the LEV squad on that defense as they push right through. Okay, John Cutie for a moment. God, so many multi-kills coming from this guy right now. That kid can frag, but it was all up to King right here. Dang. King feeling good about the last one as his team brought it around. And they cycled these rounds together. Now Lev's on defense.
And Sentinels wants to move quick.
We're already here.
Paranoia towards tree. Alarm bot now still up around that smoke. Deniability, there's delay here with the snake bites towards the A side, but Zeki made it through. He has a chance now to play towards the staircase, but look at this push. Oh, this is going to be bad.
They're flying.
Zelsis thinks he has a timing.
They're flying.
Oh, thankfully here, Saucy stays behind. He hears the footsteps. There's that first lineup and a second kill. Easily done there for Sentinels. C-site now open. Zelsis has full control.
Not once in this OT have we really had a push like that. And it's called the one time they turn for the flank. Sentinels get two, and Zelsis is pushed for another one. It looks like we're getting another round here. This is going to be an easy plant. It's all up to Mazzino. And I think they're going to quiet him down quite soon.
Leslie comes up huge, but with this plant and a Nightfall at the ready, and even the alarm bot. Yep.
All eyes on spawn.
Can't stay quiet anymore. He's going to stay quiet, though, as he gets hit by the Nightfall. Pain shells now, more delays, and you definitely know here at this point. With no util coming through, he TPs across, getting sprayed, getting picked off. We might be in for a long series, but I'm here for it.
Switching sides.
John Cutie getting close to that 30. It's going to be a why not 40 for us, boss. This is getting insane right now. These trades. Again, timing. Orb goes down. That's when you're finding it. I mean, we just saw the knife come out in that situation when Saucy took down two, so you can see what kind of advantage they have on calling this timing, calling the rotation. Sen's macro is on point to collect some of these rounds, but so is Let's. We go again.
You mentioned there 39 kills for Ospots. We mentioned the record that he was holding, or now he holds. The record was 35 before. And now he has 39 in one single map here at the VCT Americas.
Crazy.
The more rounds we go, the more it's going to be difficult to actually beat this record. But Leviathan in round number 33, a bit of util being used towards the C set again. It's almost like a broken record, but it's a favorite song that we have on repeat.
Yeah. This is one of the most quiet rounds of the entirety of OTs that we have. The contact play to A has been happening, but no show C, no show B here to start. Your first acknowledgement is going to be that door opening, and 3 stack that site for Sentinels.
Once they break that door, there's going to be delays here with the Nanoswarm. Saucy able to score first, though, towards that A side. Another spray towards the staircase to drop Calm. That's less util to help Aspa, so he's going to have to do it alone, walking inside the B side, but there's a lot of push and pull here on both ends. Prowler being thrown on a defense, doesn't spot any opposition close here towards the A side. Now Sentinels will have to choose to play the retake as the plant now comes in for Leviathan on B.
Really nice bit of macro there by Lev, playing that baby door, playing text to push the site. The shot towards 10s, they know they've done a bunch of damage.
Here's a perfect line here to flash towards the B site.
Yeah.
They're waiting for the timing on it. King, though, continues to push and lurk. Drops Zelsis on a rotation. There's that ping, there's that paranoia. It's going to hit 2 of them. Texto playing the off angle up towards heaven. And with these kills, Leviathan again answer on their attack.
How does it go that they have such a good read on each other every round? Oh my gosh, it just feels like a team should run away with it, but our OT reset, the swap of the side, is giving teams enough life each time. Saucy with the sauce there through the smoke and the push-up. That's the second time we've seen Lev do that in this OT. Last time they were actually in the defender's spawn. This time they're just pushing heaven. They are meeting Sentinels at the front door when they retake the site. But it's now Sentinels to try and push Lev off defensive positioning.
And that's a great call because Sentinels are known with these protocols for the retakes. You're not giving them a chance to set up. But when it comes down to fighting, Sentinels are also very good at that, since we're seeing Such a back and forth battle here on the attack half of both of these teams. In this overtime, round number 34, door being open, and this time Sentinels, they want to change a little bit here. A re-hit back towards the C site. TenZ looking to paranoid off the contact, and that is going to push Benzino back inside the C site.
Feels like forever since we've been at C. They head back. The fight wasn't as grand as before, so a bit more util here for both teams to be able to make a retake or a site take happen. Checking all the corners. And they push out without cross-map control. They're actually just activating and pulling down the Viper gas at A, so they may have a bit back as John Cutie presents with the team towards that side of the map, leaving Zekken as a bit of a lurker here. And yeah, they're gonna full retake on this and walk it back up.
Thing is, they can't really they're not really retaking from Leviathan. They have a perfect read right now, keeping 2 players inside the A site. Tex with full util, King again.
Here's the audio.
A nuisance towards the tree. Snake bite to slow down, 20 seconds left. You know they're hitting the site. And as they make the noise, they break the noise and actually break the door to move towards the B site. Another pivot here with 13 seconds left, but there's no util to stop them for the plant. Room to breathe now for Sentinels. A 5 versus 5 post-plant.
Really nice job with the Zekken lurk there, controlling the audio in the middle of the map. Lockdown comes in. And this is going to be tough for Leviathan. They get it just off to the side. It is not going to work.
They'll have to keep them back. And the paranoia was used already earlier on in the round, so they have nothing here once they reopen the door. A TP inside the site. TenZ is trying to find information. Hit here. At least sees the C's in the front. There's that first swing out. TenZ trying to get one. Will be able to do so, but Aspas fights towards the back lines. Players are falling down. John Cutie and Celsius once again. 2 versus 3. Tap on that spike. Where's the lineup? He gets picked. And now it's halfway, though, with the defuse. Well, he's sticking. He can't. Spike will go off. Sentinels stay alive.
Incredible rounds right now.
Switching sides.
Sentinels
Overtime.
staving off the death of the first map there from Leviathan as they threw everything they had at defusing the spike, but there were just too many mollies. We saw it before from John Cutie and Celsius. They have a plan for the B post plant, whether or not they can get far outside. Incredible last moment plays here to keep us going. Round 35 on the board. Look at that. The duality of man. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Instantly in this round. Alarm bot now spotted in front of C. On our side here inside the game. Not ready to slow down the pace are both Sentinels and Leviathan. Pressure continuing for both of these teams, for all the fans currently watching so far as Leviathan are looking to hit towards the C site. 4 players grouped together, 1 late lurk on the A side, which is Tex. And that's the game plan, keeping them towards C.
Yep.
So TenZ has to play. A great spot here from Rebel.
Do they insert? I thought they were going to leave King for a moment, but he actually plays a bit of a safer spot here, and they're going to want to come back after a hard hit here at A. They're going to try to get a good fake in. A frag may bring the spike over, but right now this is just going to be a bit of a ruse from Leviathan.
It's a double pump.
They are backing up, though.
So you realize that Rebel is open. Now they're all grouping up.
Yeah, they're going to take it.
30 seconds left. You can work the map still. You can still go towards A side or break that baby door towards B. And if you're looking at it here, TenZ is going to be alone on the A site, so he has to come up huge if Leviathan chooses to fight that area. Door gets broken, Zekken stays back. Paranoid are trying to slow down as much as he could. 20 seconds left, the Satchel's moving inside. TenZ trying to do as much as he can towards the back of the site. Now the first contact, there's that first kill. Boombot in, instantly traded out. 12 seconds left in Aspas. A nuisance at this spot here at the top of A Heaven. Has support from King at the drop.
Placing swamp grenade.
But Sentinels are doing a little bit of Leviathan here. 3 players grouped up towards the staircase as they lose Celsius in the process of the rotate. Smokes are being thrown. The push to engagement. Zekken with the first blood. The off angle coming out from Leviathan. These picks are coming through. Showstopper out for Aspas. John Cutie stays alive for a bit. But now you can definitely see here, going to be difficult for John Cutie to get inside the site and to try to get the defuse. Wall after wall, smoke after smoke. And as it comes down, Aspas gets another one for his troubles. And we continue on.
Switching sides. Match point.
Wow. We go again. And this is becoming such a timid early round OT now for each one. Both teams are playing to win, but also to not lose, which pulls you back into sight, making the rounds even more tense because it looks like the site is open, but the defending team is playing more to retake and not lose a member, so they have full util. It is becoming such a different game right now for these takes, these holds. We're hardly seeing this C-mount pressure anymore because of the safety that's required in these rounds because they're coming down to the wire. 4-1 to start off round 36 here for Sentinels on attack to bring themselves back in for another OT.
They're trying to do the same thing.
LEV.
Yeah, grabbing orb here on the C side. Zelsis is the one that picks it up. John Cutie, though, is going to get hurt. They just heard him jump spot. He does get the lineup. The snake bite on the ground, and he pushes Leviathan back. Pain shell, snake bite. He avoids all of it.
Cover going out.
And that will now engage Sentinels towards the C side, and as he rotates across, gets picked up by Aspas. There's still util to delay. Big paranoia out for the attack. Mazina swamps second from the air. Stays alive towards the back of the site. His teammate has fallen down. Buying some time as much as he can. Comes on the rotate. Wins another fight against Asi. Util now being thrown. Both from Tens and Celsius trying to keep things alive. Nanosword trying to push him back towards the pillar. But they have a 2 versus 4 now. All of them grouped up, back towards the spawn. The wall bang, what to fall. This might be it, showstopper out. Aspas does not connect. Celsius trying to stay alive, swarmed in by Leviathan. It took a while, but Leviathan will win Lotus.
And now, you got blinds going high. You got blinds hitting the ceiling sometimes with the Gecko. Yeah, they are throwing them to break your crosshair for multiple rounds. Ghosts across the board. We expect to get some big peaks out here. It's just going to be a quick cascade up. A lot of mid control by Sentinels as they want map control right away.
And it's a 3-2 split to start things off on the attack for Leviathan. John Cutie was pushing down, actually was a triple push down mid to stop that split. At least the plant will go down now from Azino. First contact was second towards that green side, dashed away, and then is waiting for his teammates to move in together with him to retake the site.
Right there.
As Mazzino's waiting, High Tide now falls down. 2 players greeting him from the snowman. Goes with another cascade, drop from above, still gets one before he falls. But it's up to King and Calm, made that only Calm. Long range with the LEV Classic. Turret, wingman, shock dart. Looking for the right clicks. Not gonna happen. Zelsis has his own word with his own classic, and Sentinels win the pistol.
Oh, yeah, just looking at the way these retakes are happening, to kind of go over the comms here as we watch this replay. Looking at what Sentinels has to approach the site with is multiple flashes wherever they want to use them. And for Sentinels' side, imagine feeling the fact and comfort that you don't have to deal with any flashes from Leviathan. Everything you throw is going to be breaking their crosshair, and really the only thing that you're going to get back is a drone and a dart that you have to break to deny vision through the Harbor Wall and the Viper Wall. So Sentinels is just going to pour that flash utility onto LEV each time. Let's see what they have for defense. It's up to LEV to break those defensive lines. Spike down for the second one as they just do a little walking around to gain info. And that's a good shot to start them off. Not a gun they can grab, but a good start nonetheless.
And Zekin answering back with the Guardian as his teammate fell down, throwing to Dizzy for info. Well, at least they took down some heavy firepower with Aspas falling, but Calm will be able to salvage that Sheriff, and they'll work together now. This whole time on this A side, Tex was waiting with this turret to see if there's any aggression coming out from Sentinels. Nothing there. They cross freely. I mean, they cross even not using any type of util on that side, just gambling it for Leviathan, and thankfully nobody was watching that cross. So they have a chance to walk together now towards the A site.
Slowly moving in. Good contact play, actually not even giving up any of this dart info so they can use it for when Sentinels wants to crush back in. And now we'll see Sentinels goes for a protocol retake. They usually leave 10s towards screen, and 3 will walk up towards the ramp so they can get a high entry back into the site here.
Tom gets a lot of information from his position. Here's the footsteps on the rotate, trying to find the angle with the Sheriff. There's that first shot. A lucky Sheriff so far to get a 3rd kill in the round with it. The first kill being Aspas with that Sheriff. Now John Cutie's alone. Chance for Leviathan to get an eco. As he swings out the crossfire setup, King gets the backstab, and a Thrifty comes out from Leviathan.
Lev, a big first one. A big, actually, kill by Aspas there. The Gecko is one of the biggest factors for the retake on Sentinel's take. The Dizzy going up over the backside kind of blinds everything towards that back sight, meaning Tens can knife towards pipes, and they have all the info. That kill by Aspas actually really affected the retake protocol on the side of Sentinels.
And they continue what they were doing here on Lotus, pushing forward towards the screens, up tower, behind Dice. Not giving a chance here for Sentinels to set up with those flood retakes. But again, Sentinels with this round only have 10s with a Sheriff. They did try to go for some aggression, some information down towards middle to start things off. No opposition, so they gamble for a stack towards the A site. Turret being the first point of contact. Wall following up to Decay, and hopefully they'll get some pop shots for some trades. Due diligence out from Leviathan, though. Owl drone clearing out the way. High Tide also pushes Sentinels back, so it's only Zelsis alone in the site. There's that Dizzy, there's the protocol. The shots are at least not too bad. A wallbanger dropped the spike, and there's that real delay. Aspas pushing forward, and they're looking for a 3-2-1 swing. And great job here from Aspas to isolate those pushes. What? Calm was there for the support, at least for Aspas, but not ready for that shot from Tens.
Absolutely on point. Just audio shot, really. As they play cat and mouse on either side of this wall, just waiting to peek each other. They may be able to get a few weapons out here if they can run in and keep Lev in range. But they're just looking to go down to the spike on this one.
Yeah.
So another one by Lev, expected round. They keep 3 alive on this with an A play as they force the back of the site, and we get a little bit of an idea on how powerful these flashes actually are when Sen can combine them together. It's like, I will shoot you before you come in. And all backside too. Back left were all those frags on Sentinels. So let's see how Lev sets up coming into this round. Reckoning for Mazzino to throw out. And yeah, nice. It's a good identification that Lev have to push forward. I think if Sentinels even get onto that rafter, boop, it becomes so much harder as they start pouring into the site. So Lev's saying, no, stay outside the site. Just getting through the first door is going to cost you a lot of your utility.
And you can see how brutal it is right now for Sentinels to lose that Thrifty against Leviathan, right? They have to go with half shield buys. If they lose this round here, they have to go back into an eco or a half buy. Meanwhile, here on the other end for Leviathan, they could start adding a little bit more ults here behind this Reckoning, forming plants, forming orbs. And this protocol that they currently have on how they hit towards the site. So far, they have an opportunity to have continuous free plants here towards A.
They get themselves in. Pretty easy to boot. We're going to have the full team of Sen to get back on this one. Reckoning just after to prevent that, so delaying a little bit more time. Extra nice there. And Sentinels are going to set up 3-2 split.
And Com's just ready for a recon dart too as they try to engage and enter for Sentinels. But there is that nice Dizzy and Flash coming in. 2nd and 10, swarming back into sight. Tex is now alone. Nanoswarm to try to delay. He's up by pipes. He's spotted by Sassy and popped. And Wingman will get the assist for the defuse. And Sentinels, we talked about how it would have been a very difficult round should they lose this one here. They managed to come out with only 1 player losing their lives.
And those Sentinels will do that retake every time Matt's at A. And the setup, if it may not change, it might change this time. They're usually keeping Tens and Saucy together so they can continuously delay with Initiator utility and then retake with Initiator utility. And they made it look so easy here.
Nice retake. Nice retake. Nice patience.
Yeah, nice retake. We just slaughtered him. It's cool. Don't worry. The defuse there, a little extra money, but still a little bit of low armor on that, as a few members did go down. But yeah, they're much more comfortable pushing up. Lev denying this orb control every time, but they haven't had to deal with pipes just yet. Good info from Ten's knife.
And great deniability too from hitting that knife, because Com cannot get a ping with the Hunter's Fury combination. That's also going to slow down the pacing from Leviathan. Will they choose to fall back or re-hit the site? And seems to be the latter here, as already the spikes moving forward. That's Mazzino, the one carrying on his back. Cascade now blocking out the sights of Sentinels, seeing any crossover. And it's a plant for long, so they could use the Hunter's Fury. That's why Com's staying all the way back now on the pulse plant. Last resort. This is difficult now because Sentinels cannot really flank across, so they have to start moving quick now in the site.
And not enough coverage on that wall. Aspas couldn't go forward, so they're forced to now wait for the retake. Com, delay. Kind of an up-the-gut Hunter's Fury to delay that entrance into the site, but doesn't stop Sen.
That's going to be difficult now because there's that double flash and everybody's getting picked off. There's some delays happening. Updraft, Aspas trying to fall back. They're getting denied for the diffuser halfway. Now Zekin has to stick it. More util coming through. Aspas trying to stay alive. Tex gets the pick with the second one. John Cutie and Zelsa make that only the IGL, but there's no time left. That's what they needed to do there for Sentinels to move a little bit more quickly. If not, they were greeted by all of that util to delay.
Yeah, and you see how far back the kills were. Yes, 2 went down in sight from Leviathan because you need a little bit of that in-sight delay. But then everybody backed up so far in maze by pipes. Very hard to get affected by any of the flashes Sentinels is using to retake at that distance. And they just post-plant it up.
Tex with the ice-cold look there.
Ice cold. Might be even frozen. 3,
I mean, it is Icebox.
2. It is indeed. Zekin with the ultimate up onto yellow. And they do, Sentinel starts to rotate into this default defense where everything on A is meant to delay. A lot of safety from the defense at B. Zekin can get out, they can reset. It's up to LEV now. Just identify that this is the way that Sen wants to play, and it completely goes to a retake. So Leviathan's goal to getting a lot of rounds on Lotus was to dismantle a few members of Sen first, and look how safe they're playing. How easy it's to get a first blood here before you're even planting. It is not.
And it's simple here for Sentinels. The default that they have on a 1-1-3. First contact will be Zekin on top of yellow, always taking this spot. They have an alarm bot watching kitchen and mid, so they could focus a lot of those defensive players out towards the A side. And at that minute mark, we're hitting the mid-round point. You're seeing the pivot from the spike carry moving outside towards A. So they have the perfect numbers at least to try to fight back in a beautiful first blood to start things off on that mid lurk. So King falls.
Wave crashing.
Cascade now. Engagement initiation out of Leviathan. A 1-for-1 as Aspas creates the space. Nice headshot there onto John Cutie. Back on the top of the A tower. Tens. Zekin and Zelsis looking to retake, and Zekin was still a little bit too far away, waiting for the confirmation of the spike getting planted. Mazzino trying to push forward to fight. You hear the null command coming out from Tens. Flashes, players are low, and players are falling down for Sentinels. And Zelsis is low HP.
Can he get out?
He will with the high tide up now.
Okay.
The round will come in for Leviathan as they have a nice anchor hold, a nice post plant. And once again, it's that forward position, and Aspas is the one, you mentioned it, playground for him, just running around that A site.
He really is. Adjusting too. The other round, in the mistake of the harbor wall, he actually made sure he could still get up by dashing forward past 410, up onto Nest, and then to 410 to play it. In this one as well, another stall out that Leviathan was able to get a kill. The one kill on John Cutie there that we saw Aspas get denies the retake wall. They can't put, Sen can't put anything up to play against LEV, who is back by pipes actually in that exact spot. But what a way to start off the round, and then not being able to convert the 5v4. Leviathan is just stealing away these rounds that Sen's starting with a first blood on. Blades up, dueling blade storms if we get it. We saw Zekin on yellow last time, not able to activate it there. Actually gets a buy for someone else this round too. And actually they will pause it, a little call
Play for them to maybe even disrespect. The walls are coming out from Leviathan too.
And B round was only tempted on pistol here by LEV. They continue to go towards the right side. The Thrifty within this second map really putting a wrench in what Sentinel's momentum could have been.
Agreed.
And Leviathan are working off that very happily. Push up, double flank watch here actually. And they have thrown the wall up on B just as a bit of distraction, keeping Zekin looking there from yellow.
And you still have pretty decent utility for Sentinels right now to delay towards the A side, because the pit was available for King here. There was a way he could have moved up and to do that type of pit for jail. But instead, King is moving back with Tex and trying to rework the map. Both of them moving up towards tube. Saucy is the one waiting now as a turret on boiler spots one player trying to cross over. Leviathan now regrouping to go for another 5-player hit towards the A site.
Slow orb. Sentinels in the same mirrored positions as before. I should say the same positions, rather. And they are ready with util. Interesting spot for TenZ there. Could get caught out in a second, but it looks like he's playing safe knowing the wall's coming up.
And a knife actually did delay, so no snake bites to be thrown towards screens. TenZ gets the opener onto Com. But again, Aspas, he's the one
pushing,
disrespecting his own walls, pushing towards the spawn. Dashes away after he lands the headshot into third there onto Zelsis. He could go wherever he wants to go here.
That's an incredible round to watch, especially as Aspas comes around and takes down TenZ, because that's TenZ saying, okay, somebody wants 410, I've done that play, I know that play, but Aspas is already thinking ahead, still on that push. It was John Cutie last time, TenZ this time, and it's just not being communicated that they are hitting A so fast. Zekin will pick one up. Stinger in hand, so looking to stay close and grab a gun at the end of this one as the spike kind of zooms back in, but I don't know if we'll have the distance to cover. It looks like they save and spawn.
Yeah.
He's going. He's waiting. Not gonna make it. All right. We'll see what they have on these replays.
I'm gonna send him to the graveyard if you
Oh!
Good job, bro.
I'm gonna send him to the graveyard and it 3K. 3K. If you keep digging, that hole's 18 feet deep. All right, we're into this one. 2-1-2 across the map, back to this default setup, but LEV still looking at A. They venture into mid last round to give SEN something else to think about, but again, orb control here. SEN can't farm, Leviathan take space up to pipes.
The small change, though, is that Saucy moved over towards the A side with Zekin, so maybe they do want to try to start fighting back with counter util. But he's leaning out, jiggling out towards the screens, just got spotted by Aspas, forced to fall back. And that pivot and that change in terms of the positioning here might give Leviathan an idea that they might not have the Viper over there to help out with them on the defense for Sentinels. Owl Joel to try to clear out some space, but actually, TenZ is still able to hold the top of the A tower because it didn't spot him. Leviathan are deciding to fall back, leaving a spike. They're going into a 2-1-2 default with a minute left, so expect a last-second late plant. Need some hero plays to come out here with the final seconds of the round.
It's messing with util, trying to get Sentinels dislodged from their current positions. And with that spike down, it's going to be another full W towards A here. LEV have done such a good job of rotating out the sites. Remember, still decently comfortable for Sentinels to leave them open, because the info would come from the back of the site anyways here as LEV hit. So this is almost normal coming in here. Just a little bit more time SEN has to rotate.
Took a minute, 10 seconds. Right now for Leviathan to finish where they started. Same type of util coming out for a plant. Planted now at Jenny and not towards the A tower for long range position in a fight here from Belt. But the same thing happens. Reckoning was at the ready. Aspas on the top of the screens drops TenZ. As that gets the timing for Saucy to push out though to get two of his own. Zekin now pushing forward. Com now picked off by Saucy as they pin across. Texas solo. Yeah. Nice round in the end. Zekin wins that fight. Wingman with another assist. The Sentinels, a much-needed third round, finally scores one.
Look how much farther forward everyone's playing now. Aspas only getting a few of those kill results in, and then the flashes that SEN have been trying to use all connect on the way back in. Getting everybody to look a different way, like you said, those windows just opening for the peaks here. Second pushes through.
And you definitely saw it there from how Aspas fell. There was some sort of protocol to actually have Mazzino try to watch towards heaven, but that last split second where he wasn't there quick enough, they both pay with their lives and also lose the round in that process.
All right. We have been conditioned, even as watchers, to think it's going A again, but it's not. It's going to be B. And Sentinels look like they're actually reading this very quick. This is the first bit of wall and aggression they've really seen towards B since round one. The spike still going towards A though. Turret holds what would have been a push, and they have not seen SEN push. So while being careful about this, this is all safe space as the rotation comes back.
That's the thing, they have to be careful because at the beginning of the round, Tex got hit by a knife. So Leviathan, they have to re-clear, but they're actually re-clearing with contact. Com does not have the L drone to work with, so they're just walking up. And for Sentinels, it seems like you only see one player anchoring towards the A side. It's Zelsis. Yes, the alarm bar gets picked, but the idea is for him to stay back so that they can potentially once again do the lockdown play that they're good for. She uses it right away. Aqua somehow dashed up, but it gets traded out. Mazzino is trying to run across towards the high tide to stop the lockdown. Will be able to do so and also kill John Cutie.
Mazzino stepping up. Absolutely should have been prevented by Sentinels on this round. All 3 members are back. He's just on a mission right now. 18 HP. He's going to stay in the fight. Give it all he can as the team goes for the post plant again.
How crazy is that? That they're able to run through high tides with no flashes on the attack for Leviathan, yet still getting these picks.
The positioning that they're gaining in the early part of the map, I think is one, obviously helping Lev, but Sen is suffering from how far they're playing outside sight. If you're going to have 2 people at your screens every time you're approaching again, you're not going to be able to do much. And that is exactly what Lev did. I mean, it was only Aspas last time, but he said, Mazzino, come on through. And finally gets that heaven control, finally gets a little more firepower in that situation. And the protocol Sen used to take the site back one round after the other against 100 Thieves is being stopped in its tracks before they get the flashes out from defensive side.
And going into this game too, Sentinels pretty much was one of the best teams tied up here with energy right now in the Americas in terms of retake, successful percentage wins here on those retakes for Sentinels, and it's being denied so far. And already a second timeout being called out by Coach Kaplan. Across, and there's really only 1 or 2 players staying behind here for Leviathan. So try to at least isolate those players playing the post plant, long range for Leviathan, and close in from both extremities after.
It's been a very slow alt game.
Yes.
We have not seen rounds being swung here and there. The lockdowns are really making the most impact because they're the loudest and biggest on the screen, but just not really swaying the gameplay.
I think there's like, what, 2 ults that came out from Sentinel so far from that lockdown and a Blade Storm. Even on the other end, though, 2 Reckonings from Leviathan, 1 Hunter's Fury, but Blade Storm from Aspas, of course. But in the end, it's just some really nice fundamental protocol plays from Leviathan on capitalizing and closing in on these rounds on how they're just easily executing behind all these walls that are being thrown out by Mazzino.
Backstab? No. Turret for turret up here.
Window fight. Tex will get spotted by the turret if it continues to walk forward. And this is okay here. John Cutie's just running around, and it's okay. He's trying to bait that out, right? He's walking back already. There is that plant coming through. Aspas somehow gets the pick onto Zekin towards that B site. He hears 2, 3 players rotate out towards Kitchen, and he doesn't care about the turret. Swings before. They don't check it. He gets that first pick. And there's that fight against Zelsis very soon. Who wins it? Mazzino now inside the site. 3 versus 3, and the other 2 players of Leviathan are playing long range. Inside the site has fallen. Now long range is Aspas. Hit by a fragment. Double swing after. Beautiful protocols there on that swing. Up to Com. 1 shock dart available. There's that first pick. Shock darted after, but gets picked off right away by 10. So scores 3 in the round and allows Sentinels to get the 4th. And despite that, the scoreline of 4-6, we were mentioning how Leviathan were doing so good on how they're playing their executions on the site, yet Sentinels are still able to get these 4 rounds.
Yeah, sneaking some rounds in when you're least expecting it, and it's the diffuses. That's why, because they've gone on so long. Lev did take the site on those rounds and get to the post plant, and it kind of took a lot of the members of Sentinels to get it back. But now they start to get a bit of a flow, more economy under their belts, and this means they can start to make those moves, decisions where they might want to push up for 1 and fight for that orb. At this point, still 2 rounds down. Not as much, but with ultimates on board here, Null Command and that KO ult and Thrash for Gecko, you can make a lot more choices as you're getting back in.
It's actually crazy that 10 rounds were played and 9 of them were diffuses and spikes going on. So we're definitely playing the long game now for both of these teams. First contact this time around, Zekin was trying not to allow Leviathan to get a plant. Couldn't get a pick, and now you have a chance to get a lockdown for Tex.
This should be a pretty clean round to set up. They're going to go ahead and actually block off towards spawn. So once they get these smokes down, the Viper Wall up, you're going to see the Sova Dart go past after they get rid of this Thrash. Sova's down.
Sova, though. So that's Calm with the spike. That's going to delay even more, allowing the fight to happen here. Sentinels trying to fight back all the way from the spawn. All the ults are down. Celsius, Labor, but gets that pick there onto King. Plant finally coming down until Texas trying to fight back. Calm now solo after the Plant, wondering where his teammates were. They all fell. And Sentinels end up having a clean fight on the baseline despite the amount of util and ults that were being thrown at them from Leviathan.
What a return on that Thrash use, too. Like you mentioned, getting the spike, that threw everything in Leviathan's strategy for a loop here. Then they're happy enough to see a few members trying to get that upper hand peek. Right there, goes down, Tex falls, and they are just pinched. Sentinels. Kaplan confidence coming through here. Took 2 of the timeouts, but it looks like they could give us a 6-6 first half after suffering quite a bit in the middle of this first one.
You're right. Economy's low this time around for Leviathan. Yeah, they still have rifles, but 2 of them at small shields. Slight hope now for Sentinels to tie it up to a 6-6, and Leviathan going back to the tried and true. This time a Cascade, though, blocking pipes to give Aspas position in that area. Maybe even a dash on top of the screens will get delayed after that knife that was thrown by Tens.
And finally, we get them going back to A. Those 2 rounds may be in their own head after the Kaplan timeout, but no, Lev go back to A where it was working.
Defensive pit, a spray. It works out at least for a 1-for-1, and thankfully, it was Saucy that fell and not John Cutie. So the pit is still up, yet the Plant still comes down on the A site for the A tower, as Leviathan are playing outside of the site now.
2 mollies, 2 shock darts, Hunter's Fury. This is all but secured here by Lev, right? That's the question.
I mean, with the Hunter's Fury,
you have to expect.
There's that tap, wall comes up, he's gonna try to get it halfway. And then it contacts. Calm gets the kill, Tex fights onto Zelsis, John Cutie's alone. Sticking on that spike again, dropping down. Here's the shots, trying to get the spray across, but should be all.
Yeah.
Now Spotty here running inside. Mazzino closes the gap, closes the round, and allows Leviathan to end the half 7-5.
Lev are playing with such momentum today. And while Sentinels are able to find the corrections in the things that are plaguing them, this is definitely a Sentinels that is not playing up to their level at this point. And Leviathan is taking advantage of that 100%, as they should. Finding all the holes, the cracks, and being able to put Sen down 7-5 on that first half. But now, it's up to Sentinels.
Well, now let's throw it down this second half. Their map pick on Icebox looks really good here on the attack. We'll see if they can do the same thing now on the defense, though, as Sentinels, we talked about the confidence that Kaplan was mentioning during that overtime. And they're moving quick here for some early control on the A side until that nice spots Aspas, who misses those shots.
Trying to go up for a frag. We'll see how this pistol round works out. Might have been wanting a happy birthday for a Sentinels win if Lev gets this pistol round. They push towards B. Sentinels are going to have power in numbers here with just a bit of a flank watch, a little bit of a lurk from Zelsis. It's going to be quite late. I wonder if they just head back here. They're still pretty far from being pushed up as they're held back by this one way. And 3 members of Lev just on the other side. Yeah. Knowledge of 2 controllers here. Let's go to the other site where there aren't as many walls. They'll just have to deal with the Viper placement from the beginning of the round.
This is the difficult part, though, because the turret was watching mid the whole time, so really they're walking into the unknown back towards the A site. Contact, trade, fundies to try to move forward. Aspas is still there. Recon dart, though, that's going to give out their position. Yet, they don't really want to accelerate yet.
30 seconds left.
Ooh. You're going to hear Harbor running out.
With that drop, though, Aspas is going to get ready. Dash available, picks it up, down to 10 HP and falls down. Site is now open, unless there's some deniability here. Shark darts available for Calm. Gets the first one out, Saucy with the wingman plant, and we'll get it. 5 versus 5 here. Aspas is low on HP, so is Tens. All of them playing just around that spike for Sentinels. As they want to play in front of those walls that are thrown by Mazzino. There's the attempt of a retake for Leviathan, denied by Sentinels so far. Aspas alone and last to fall. Sentinels win the pistol.
Zekin just wrecking right now. Pushes towards spawn, knows the team would be behind for the trades, but that's not necessary. Zekin and Aspas are about to duke it out. 14-8 to 14-10 across the top of your scoreboard. And it's about to be Jets online. I got your back through the smoke, don't worry. Just blind fire in the classic as Zent second on the front line, hitting all the shots. All right, Guardian's out. Vandal as well for Zealous' Bulldog. They're just looking to make these shots count and expecting a bit of that early push from the side of LEV. Not wrong. The knife's going to slow LEV down, though, as they try to move up for that orb area.
Yeah, definitely seems on that end for Leviathan. Because they're playing with this composition, they could move in a little bit more freely to farm these orbs on the A side, and all pivoting now.
Man's floating. Man's floating.
He's playing Jet after all. There's the activation of the dash, trying to land some shots.
Here.
No body damage, no headshots. He falls back. King is still there towards yellow, but as I've mentioned, that orb that was picked up, everybody then for Leviathan leaning towards his B side, stacking on that side. SEN have a perfect read in the mid round to pivot back towards A.
Be able to go 4 forward, 5 forward maybe? Yeah, I don't know if they leave anybody behind here. Quick take into sight, pushed by LEV, and they'll have a little bit of timing, but nope. Zealous is already getting ready to look for the flank. Yeah, that's a lot of feet. He's gonna only look for a little bit more. And John Cutie's gonna hear all this ruckus going back down mid right now and call that.
Yeah, Pipes, Boiler, and you see from Leviathan, all of them holding that angle. Doesn't want to get sprayed, don't want to get spammed. This is going to be an attempt of a clean death, I guess, from Leviathan at this point when the spike's going to go off.
Just 5 on the spike.
You don't want to give it to Saucy, right? So Saucy's already halfway, more than halfway, to be able to get the thrash early in the round.
Alrighty, so Sentinels, a little bit of trouble there to start off the first half. Second half feeling very good, and the macro they're using here to get around the Leviathan is just leaving them in the dust just about every time. You might have one member at the site Sentinels is going to right now because of the way they're controlling the info and the macro on the map. Their macro, I should say, around the map. Let's see what LEV's setup is going to be here as we get into round 15. A little bit of Killjoy utility towards A. Still trying to leave Ospas towards B so you can get somewhat of an early pick, dash away, and get Ospas going.
Let's fly.
Zek and Ospas actually held to their 14 these last round. Let's see if they can get themselves into the action here. Tens is on a stinger as they're going for this bonus. But that's never really stopped them before. Good damage on Takam to start. And they pretty much put all their eggs in one basket here for A with the turret watching behind. SEN want this.
Nice shot by Zekin on the top of the Viper wall. Mazina falls. So double flash to allow Sentinels to get a blind pick. And also a plant coming out from the wingman at the same spot. Trying to engage, pushing outside the balcony. Another nice flash. Double kill from both Saucy and Tens. This becomes a nice little bonus round for Sentinels.
Spike planted.
Meanwhile, the last few players of Leviathan falling back. This should be free upgrades should Sentinels choose to pick up those weapons in the end. And a different way to approach here for Sentinels, but it still becomes really clean on how they're really storming the A site.
Yeah. They get in effectively. A lot of times you'll see where Gecko and, not Gecko, Saucy and Tens are throwing that flash, goes right around this area in the back. It kind of lands just up towards top A, towards the site. We actually Killjoy Molly right there right now. And where the flashes land, it allows Gecko for the pickup. Is LEV just getting a few more in here. But the flashes in sight pretty much mean LEV have to play outside of it. It's that tough. And they have no flashes, again, to get back, to rebuttal. They don't even have an Omen Paranoia, right? As you wouldn't, but very hard to play against that. And Sentinels, again, has to feel so good. Just imagine going into a site, knowing you can peek every angle, and the only thing you'll effectively see is another person. Just dropping flash. They're even flash for no team. There's so many flashes.
And how confident they are, too, that even if they're blinded, the other ones will move forward. And
it's no worries.
The second layer, really, to hold that pulse plan. And again, if they're losing players in the process, they still have util to delay spike diffuse, right? So it's actually pretty good what Sentinels has for this composition so far as they take the lead in the second map. Leviathan, though, and a quasi-buy around the 2 rifles that they save. Mentioned that thrash that was available for Saucy. clear out towards yellow, but not really towards the back of the site yet.
Yeah. And look at that. Go out, protect the Thrash. Thrash will be picked up, used again here in a little bit. This is going to put quite a bit of focus for them onto yellow. If they can't disperse before the retake comes in, this could be a problem.
Singer kill though from the top. Inside the tubes, does get the pick onto Zekin. Owl drone from Calm does spot Tens. Snake bite to try to keep them at bay.
They're going to push him out here.
And it's a snake bite shock dart combo, but does not land any shots. Meanwhile, it pushed them back towards the high time that was thrown up by Mazzino, though. There comes that tap on that spike, the second Thrash, but there's the push forward from King. Stinger, though, runs out of bullets. Nobody on that spike yet. Calm's trying to stick it. Celsius does get the pick, and then Tex answers back. Now it's halfway. There's only one player left. It's John Cutie trying to stay alive, but they're swarming him against him. He falls to get the defuse, and Leviathan tie up the game.
Lev coming in with some of the walls. That first early kill coming in was so big. And the rest of Sentinels, like I said, had to scatter from yellow. Having that position meant they weren't ready to come at most of the util that was getting thrown in. And really nice clear on yellow by the shock darts and the mollies to make it impossible for Sentinels to play in sight.
Amount of kills that both of these teams are getting just above that Viper wall.
Yeah. It happens a lot on Icebox and B, too. If you're at Snowman in the back, you can peek over the yellow railing. So many little trick shots he can hit. Ooh,
Icebox fighting against Celsius, pushing forward with a second kill. No trade opportunities, but Mazzino is trying to do the same and try to avenge his fallen comrades, but unfortunately, it's Sentinels pulling back and instantly rotating towards B.
So interesting that Sentinels call that, make the play, too. All on Zelsa's shoulders. Now they go for the B plant. They're going to meet a little bit of util delay here, but it shouldn't be anything they can't get through.
Oh, King just spotted one person towards yellow.
Uber delay here.
Yeah,
they're taking their time, though, waiting for gas to come back up.
Exactly. Alarm bot's still there, too. Right at the feet from Tex. Tinker throws snake bites long range. Once the alarm bot goes off. Unfortunately, though, because of a knife, can't really sound the alarm, so it allows your Sentinels to run around this B site and drop the players of Leviathan.
I think that orb going up in the alarm bot, too, allowed him to sneak by a little bit. And did not activate as Tens was pushing forward there. Zekin on one orb. Tens on one orb. They will have their ultimates in. Those are incredibly powerful to hit the site. Nice little crosshair movement there by Zelsis. And yeah, the confidence in those takes, right? You have Tens pushing forward now. Like I said, there's a little bit more money in Sentinels' pocket. Can keep Sentinels out of the sight. You're trying to retake against Sentinels with an operator where you're only getting simple angle, not simple angles, but quick angles, and then you got to get out. Sentinels is going to punish. They're going to swarm you as soon as they figure out where you are. So it has to be a stop before they get the site, or Lev is going to have problems.
And that's one thing that they're currently doing too, right? Guys, they're not really using that Dizzy to throw forward position. So this is a great opportunity for Aspas to play on the top of Jenny and watch that line. So Zelsis, there you go. First time to pull it out. Fake news. Fake news. Zekin, though, answers back. The round will be won later on here as we have a 4-on-4 situation. KO all being thrown out now by Tens. And you do have only the Sheriff from Calm in the back of the site. Fully flash pushing forward. Aspas does get the pick on the Tens and somehow gets another one here.
Whoa. Okay, so they didn't stop him at the front door. They just kind of before they got out the back door to the backyard. What was that?
I mean, look at all those X's.
Trying to get through the wall. They get absolutely shut down, and that just seems like what benefits Sentinels. Being able to pop flash through a wall, get in your opponent's face, and Leviathan just mow them down with a family photo on the other side of the wall.
Maybe the ride script knew something that we didn't.
Yeah.
Aspas gets the kill right here, round one. Yeah, exactly. He gets two other ones, sorry, towards that B site. And yeah, we talked about Calm that only had that Sheriff on that B site. He also got a kill himself. What a great hold here by Leviathan. But again, it took a couple of rounds to finally get our first op here on this map of Icebox, and you realize it now for Sentinels. This really might change their style of approach now on this map on the attack.
And they're starting to get the lurks going now. They're starting to get themselves on the map, pushed up mid. We were expecting this before. Zelsis is ready.
4-2 again.
Oh, rinse and repeat for Zelsis. Give him 2 more.
Big impact kills for Zelsis. Alarmbot's close, but King will stay at the outside of that radius to call that rotate over, but it's all a ruse. They made all that noise to pull back in. All face Osbos to get this kill.
That's how the op goes down in this?
Last player standing.
Good damage, good damage.
Down, attacker spawn.
And they won't go anywhere to pick it up yet. They want to make sure here for Sentinels that get this round, you get the win, you get the lead.
Bomb grenade out.
Now it's a round 1.
Gun here.
We got oracles out here. Crazy stuff.
See, Chad, you thought we had the script.
Well, that's not you pressing the button?
That's not me pressing the button.
All right, round 20. Operator gone now as we watch Zelsis go to work again. Boop. Oh, I just imagine them peeking mid and Zelsis is like, have you heard about the Zen bundle? Oh my gosh.
You don't want it? You not. Sentinels in the lead now, 10-9. We talked about these ults now available for both teams. Osbos trying to really change the pace of the round on the other side of pipes. Here's these drops. Dash now activated. Pop flash forces him to dash away. And that's a small win right now for Sentinels. Clearing the space to engage the lockdown.
Hunter's Fury here. Do they decide? Do they just let it rip?
He's backing up for it.
Yeah, he's getting ready, but I don't think they have it now with everybody in position. They're just going for the retake. Deep dart. Osbos, okay to get tagged by this. Protection from the team. Oh.
Lots of ults here.
Little concussing.
And now Calm in the back of spawn. Hunter's Fury from the back. Pings 3! Lands 2! And gets a 3rd kill!
Hat trick.
Yes, some friendly fire in the process onto Osbos and to Mazzino. But he doesn't care. 3 kills, Celsius full, second alone. Now at the generator against a full man squad of Leviathan.
Man, that just feels like a, yep, they did what we thought they were going to do. So patiently played by LEV. LEV was actually all on 410 and pipes and pushed up to Maze to start this round with ultimates from SEN in their face. Just a quick backpedal. Calm. Foolish me for thinking it was going to be a Hunter's Fury for the lockdown. No, 3K off of that ult.
Yeah.
That shuts Sentinels down big time.
It was definitely the one at the front here, Osbos on the top of screens, being the one watching down, making sure that, hey, you don't need to use your lockdown yet. Nobody's pushing it across.
Right.
Save it for post-plant denial or get the 3 kills that you just did towards Maze because of that reckoning also. That was thrown out by Mazzino. Oh, second alone, now at the generator.
Yeah.
Feeling it now, Coach Kaplan.
All right. 3 at A. A little bit of a skirt. 1 and 1 in mid and B here. Sentinels, they're on the W train this time, pushing straight forward. Vandals in hand. They don't really have to deal with too much rebuttal on the utility here. King with his ultimate and choose to put that down anywhere, but LEV is not in position. They're playing this one rather safe towards B in mid and just giving Osbos the chance to play the info game again.
It's going to be a slow round now for Sentinels. Winning condition to work around the map. That pick is huge because that's going to pull rotates away, which allows John Cutie to potentially find a timing. Already towards yellow. Common's leaning across to find info himself, and he's covering yellow. Now gets caught, but still manages to flick back to get the kill. Potential double pump. Ten's now making a lot of noise towards the A side. Throws a knife, actually hits potentially 2, but one made it back alive. That was King actually not hit by the knife, which allows here Sentinels to start moving forward. Okay.
They have wingman delay. This is going to stop wingman. They're going to have to scatter again. Volley. Oh. Little bro lives.
Free plant. Now that pit that was actually gambled towards that A site from Tenz's knife. They don't have that to use for the retake for Leviathan. Will come down to the trades. A double swing towards the spawn. It's a 1-for-1.
Still gets one.
Calm trying to move back forward with his teammates. Recon dart towards the back. Flash will not do anything
double
as it was thrown inside the orb. Yeah, double ping to get the kill. Lockdown now available for the retake. Tenz has to find a timing. Oh, easy kill. Lockdown destroyed. And also fragment onto the spike. not even halfway.
One enemy remaining.
Tex gets picked off.
One enemy
And
remaining.
now King is alone, but now sticking onto it. It's close! But Sentinels will still get the round.
How scrappy these rounds are being put together with glue and gum right now, as they are just going one way or the other at the last second. It's taken everything from these teams, and LEV are gonna call the timeout. Incredible that Aspas was able to start with over 200 damage across Sentinels at the back there, not dropping one player though, as the damage got distributed. Still have the strength to get through, get the sight. And wow, imagine if the Molly was activated earlier too. So many things in that round that can be played, but to Sentinels, 11-10 now. Do Sentinels take Leviathan's icebox here, with Leviathan taking Sentinels Lotus? Incredible stuff so far from both teams as we start round 22.
So volley being thrown here towards Boiler to try to break the turret. You see that actually pulls Calm away to try to watch towards Boiler. So yeah, the turret will still be up to watch Kitchen. They'll give a chance here for Leviathan to read any type of lurks towards middle. But it might be a late Owl drone coming out from Calm to really clear out towards middle. And there you go, 1:14 on the clock. They'll see the turret, they'll see Zelsis. Really no changes coming out really from Sentinels, because they've met that before. Have to keep guessing now for Leviathan. Gambling 2 players now towards middle as Sentinels decide to walk out towards this B site.
And look, they're trying to just strengthen this mid party right now for the side of Leviathan, thinking there will absolutely be a fight or a trade. They back off, getting enough time off the clock on that. And this just right back to default positions as they're starting to hear Dizzy and Util towards long B. Sentinels is looking to work the whole map though, and LEV's giving them nothing.
As they're making more noise, Zelsis is trying to walk up towards the 2.
Push.
The AWP is back in the hands of Aspas. Zelsis made it through,
30 seconds left.
but he's going to hear this turret now, realizing that it wasn't on Boiler in the beginning. Yet Aspas still lands that shot onto Saucy. 20 seconds left, so Sentinels have to start engaging now towards this A site. Zelsis falling back at the same time too, instead of going for a lurk play. His second is trying to create some space. Gets picked off by King. 10 seconds left, Nanostorm out, delays. A shot won by Tens. And has no choice but to go for the stick, but they're closing in on him. He falls, Zelsis gets picked by Aspas too. An incredible round for Leviathan on the hold, and an expensive round for Sentinels.
Absolutely, Sentinels can't dislodge LEV. I mean, you had Aspas and King at a crossfire on A the whole time. They had 3 mid, they weren't really worried about B. You still have Aspas with the operator coming in for the play here, and Sentinels can't find a way to make LEV worry about what's going on. They're still holding their spots. I think a really neat way Sentinels could start this off is if you have 10s towards B long, sometimes with the turret in kitchen, which it's not anymore, you can molly that through the ceiling, get that first bit of utility out of there, and they'd be able to move the map here. It's not even a choice. Is the op still ready, but they play close.
Oh, misses the shot, hit by the Dizzy. An updraft in the air, it's a 2-for-1. As Tens is still looking to get res, and he'll get it. So back to a 4-on-4. They've lost Aspas. Calm pushing forward, 2 kills into his name. With a third there. All watching it from the back of the site. I mean, there's 4 players of Leviathan holding from the right side generator. It was a Congo line pretty much from the defense, and it's free pickings there against Sentinel's attempt to move in. It's up to John Cutie. I mean, he's won a 4K before. Yeah, nice shots coming out here from Calm.
That's 12.
But yeah, at the same time as we come back here, it looks like John Cutie got picked off. Match point for Leviathan, no weapon saved.
And not the buy you want on match point. Coming to this game point, Sentinels has only lost 3 series this year. Loud, G2, and Gen G. Another one on the horizon from Leviathan now. Here in stage 1. Pressure towards A just has not been working, and for Leviathan to make the choice to put that many members at A after it has been a back and forth from Sen, from site to site, a bit of mid control as well to boot. But they find none of that. The correct call there for round 23. Round 24, possibly LEV's game. Rotating to meet Sentinels now towards B, and it looks like they are there for the death ball.
They have to move quick here. Hunter's Fury is available and a user right away to play against Aussie, so he has to get out of it. Does get the pick. There's no refresh on the Thrash, and on top of that, a ping. Mazzino playing on the top of the B tower, yet Sentinels can't move in yet for a plant. Throws out a cascade. Tens is trying to go for a plant. Mazzino trying to deny it. Running and gunning. Gets the pick. Denies the plant once again. King is trying to move forward. 3 players left alive on both sides.
They've disrupted it.
Everything has to be reset now. High tide, slowing down the pace. 50 seconds left on the clock. Calm is still watching on that rotate, so they are weaker on the B site. Orb then comes up, trying to delay even more. Being placed down by King. They're just waiting here on the attack side for that fuel to come back up, and it will. The walk across the orb. There's that first pick from King. Orb now coming down. Surprise kill onto Celsius. Then off with the last pick. Leviathan. They fight back.